Wait, that's not the right title. Corporate Recruiter AMA. That's the title. This is not the last stream. Alright. Gonna let people trickle in, 'cause I've been gone for like 2 weeks. Hey, Shell, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Intern finance. Looking for a man in finance. The vacay was good. I got sick for half of it, but it was all-inclusive, and I'd rather be sick on an all-inclusive than at home. So, yay, good. You start the thing, Shell. Congrats. Also, you're a nail tech. Nice, Summer Dawn. Nice. That is good. I'm glad y'all are starting to get the stuff. It's picking up. I'm so tired right now. I did not get, like, any sleep last night. Beyond that, I am good. My vacation was very, very good. I very much enjoyed it and would like to go back again. Nothing crazy happened. Like, this wasn't like, here's a crazy story. It was just a really, really nice time with a lot of buffets, and I saw a lot of animals. I don't think I'm pronouncing this right. Also, there's construction outside, so if you hear any pounding, that's why. But a coati. There were a lot of coatis, and they were adorable. They're like, they're kind of like monkey anteaters. And they were adorable, and they were everywhere. And some of them tried to come up for pets, and I'm like, no, you're a wild animal. Do not do that, because that is what that sign says, that you will bite. So, I did not do that. Yes, pets are for the bear, and Bear had a very good time at home because, well, he we had a dog sitter, and they sent us pictures of him just chilling again. So, although he's in trouble because he ate Chipotle. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You knew I was talking about you when I said trouble? Huh? You knew it? Are you a good boy? You are, but you're not supposed to eat trash. You are not a raccoon. You are a dog. Yeah, I know. I love you too, buddy. But yeah, I'm glad you start a new job, and I'm glad that you start next week as well. So yeah, no Chipotle for doggos. Chipotle is not what they want. His farts are deadly now. So if you randomly see me go, that's why. Let's see, it is, and I'm really waiting for this caffeine to kick in. My sleep schedule is out of whack. Work as a team, so this is, yeah, I did work as a team. That wasn't what I was going to say. Yeah, multitask. There we go. So. Bachelor's degree. Excellent verbal communication, fast pace, yeah. I mean, that's kind of it. I think this is Clap for me's resume, and if he's in chat, or she's in chat, I do not know. If they are in chat, let me know, because I think we wanted a very specific section of finance interns, and I'm not sure if that's there or not. So, yeah, how's everybody else's week going? We got a new job start next week. We got Summer got a job as a nail tech, which honestly I could very much use right now, truthfully. Function, fast paced. I mean, am I missing anything here? Multitask, fast paced, attention to detail. I mean, these are just normal stuff. Finance. I keep getting that song in my head, which is looking for a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. Trust fund? No. Looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. That was it. My girlfriend's sister got that in my head. Deadlines. Yeah, I think this is it. They're all saying that aren't the same thing. Assuming these are the correct ones. So, Masters, Economics, yeah, PowerPoint. I mean, Microsoft Excel, paperwork. Yeah, that's all I can really find. So, alright, I hope these are right. If not, clap for me, we'll get another review, because... Alright, first year finance and banking. They are from Turkey, which, again, I cannot help for the Turkey part. Looking to stack internships. I'm really trying to break into investment banking. Alright. So, I think this is good. And 3, 2, 1. This is a resume of a finance intern. This is Clap For Me, which is a funny name. And if this is the... I know there's a couple of types of finance intern. This is the one that I found. If this is not the right one, let me know in chat, and I'll give you a free review real quick, because I know there's a certain types that you were looking for. So what we're primarily going to be looking for in this type of finance intern, with the full disclosure that this may be incorrect, is Microsoft Office, so Outlook, PowerPoint, Excel, and Word, working as part of a team, multitask, fast-paced, and attention to detail. Now, again, you are looking in Turkey, and I do not know what the recruiters in Turkey are exactly going to be looking at for, but this is at least for the U.S. So, that's basically all we're looking for. All right, this is fine. I think this should be 2 lines max. Let's see, laser and effects operators and Turkey. Okay, formatting is okay. I think the formatting could be a little bit better, but it's not a huge deal. Let's see, design, install, and configure laser effects and mist systems for 60 plus ensure compliance with safety protocols. That's okay. Automated laser control software using manual time, collaborative with customer information to troubleshoot. This part is actually, I feel like, the only one that's relevant to this, but let's look at the present. The projects. So normally you want the experience above the projects, but in the case that your experience is not necessarily related to the job you're looking for, then it's okay to put it below. In addition, you've only been there from May to September. This may be a case of you may just want to leave it out. Co-founded the blank community. That's fine, because these are projects. Served as a board member, lead designer, and community strategic planning, marketing, and audience engagement. Okay. Design visual assets, management, implementing content calendar. Again, so what we're going to be looking for is this, and I don't see this here. Obviously, you know what, there's going to be like the finance stuff, but actually most of what I saw, it was just these 3. So you don't need to change these too much. You could just say co-founded the X community, and then I don't think you need this, and you could say where we did X and Y using Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. And then below you could say designed or did X with a team, which involved, and then you can put in like multitask, fast-paced, attention to detail. So that kind of thing. And then launch date, peer review, so 2 months, managing and in production and distribution. Again, we want to know how. You're not telling me how you did this. Did you create the deadlines and then follow them through, which is going to be a qualification? Did you do that in Word? Did you do that in PowerPoint? Did you use Canva? Canva, I don't know if it's really a big one for finance internships. The primary ones they were looking for is that. And yeah, again, so this is built in online psychology, targeting partners, developed a proprietary psychosocial network, client details reports within 6 hours. See, this is kind of okay. And Adobe is. The problem is there's just not enough. Like, you're going to need to restructure these bullet points. I don't think you need to, like, burn them and start completely fresh. I think you just need to add this stuff, right? Like, launched a co-revealed psychology magazine where I worked with other people. Because they want to know as an intern that you can work with other people. They want to see that you have used Outlook, PowerPoint, and Excel. They want to know that you've done fast-paced attention to detail and a multitask. And I think you can put those in here. You just need to slot them in. Because this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. The languages can, but the languages should actually be up top. Typically, when you're looking for languages, those are really up top because it's actually very difficult to find candidates that are bi or tri or quad or whatever lingual. So those should be up top. Personal information. I don't know if this is needed. This might be a thing in Turkey that's specific, but and publications again. Those are cool, but not what I'm looking for. And that's kind of the problem with this resume as a whole is these are very impressive, but they're not impressive for the type of job I would be hiring you for. So I'm going to need you to put this stuff in. I need a little bit of finance. I need Microsoft Office, Outlook, PowerPoint. I need to see how you worked as part of a team. I want to see that you did a fast-paced environment and you did attention to detail. And I think you can do that. I think the Outlook and Excel could probably be here along with the attention to detail. And then you have this deadline, which is actually really cool, but they're not going to get to it. So you just need to rework these sentences and move this below. Truthfully, you've only been there for a little bit of time. I think you should just delete this. This part probably doesn't help you. So yeah, just fix up the sentences, delete that, and you'll stand a much better chance. Let's go to the next resume. Wish you had mail clients, a lot less work and more easy to please. Shorten a nails file and square them and they're happy. They might be, but then they might have like never done it and they're gonna be crazy. I mean, I need it for my feet, not my hands. It's like a bunion, is that what it's called? So like I need like a drill on my foot. Probably TMI, but that's you know, that's what I would need for it. All right, Clem. Bear has gotten a treat. He's gonna get a small one. I want to be clear. He already got the Chipotle, so he shouldn't have gotten the Chipotle. Yeah, I know. You're right there. Okay. Hi. Look into the camera, sir. Okay, this is a very small piece. I'm giving him half a treat because, again, he ate too much Chipotle because you got into the garbage. You got into the garbage. I'm just going to give this one to you, though. There you go. I want to make an emote of a patoo. I know that's random, but I want a patoo as an emote. I have a question on behalf of my friend, the business analyst I reviewed. We'll send him our question on LinkedIn. But what should a resume look like if you have zero experience in the role you're applying to? I mean, look, okay, are you saying zero professional experience or like zero experience? Because those are different things. So, I love you too, Bear. Yeah, go back. I didn't call you. I just said I loved you. Okay, zero professional is fine. I mean, you just put it in projects. Like, where is the experience? That's the thing. Did they get it via college? Did they get it via projects? Did they get it via related? Business analyst that doesn't know SQL is a problem. SQL is huge. Let me... So, like, business analyst. Let's say there are 5,000 business analyst jobs. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Business analysts and SQL. Only 600 of those don't have SQL. So, oh, here, I looked at the wrong thing. So, like, this is business analyst with SQL. This is business analyst without SQL. So this is with SQL, without. So there are only, oh God, like 300, 400 jobs. Yeah, I mean, the thing is they need it. Like, that's, if they have everything else, it might be okay, but, like, that's pretty critical. Like, maybe if they have enough Excel, it could be it, but yeah. Like, SQL is pretty powerful. Like, and SQL. Let me make sure I did this right. And SQL. So that's out of 488. Yeah, 400 jobs do not require SQL. Now, not all of these may need SQL as a hard requirement, but most of them are going to. So if they have everything else, they may be okay. But SQL is pretty important. Yeah, that might be the case as well. Because, I mean, like, there's a limit to what you can do without the experience. So, I moved to using a Gmail email from Proton. Feels like help because recruiters are constantly sus about an unknown email. What would Proton look like? I don't know if that matters too much. I don't know if that matters as much. Because, like, we don't really care when we click it unless it says something crazy. But yeah, the Excel, but like here, I have this copy pasted. So the keywords for business analyst, So these are business analysts. I'm putting up. I'll just put it in chat real quick. These are the critical ones, and if you need at least 75%. That's kind of my rule. If you don't have 75%, you're probably not going to get a call. So, but unfortunately, the most important ones on that are the Excel, the Excel and the SQL, and the data analysis, and the Tableau, Power BI. But it sounds like they may not have the required experience to start as a business analyst. Do you see that Reddit post where someone put interest sleeping on their resume? No, but that's funny. I mean, look, if they put that on the bottom as a joke and people get the joke and they've already scrolled that far down, it's okay. Hopefully they get the joke, though. If they don't get the... okay, this person has their full info, so just give me a second. They always put their full darn info. All right, that's fine, and then I can do this. All right, there we go. True. I don't deny what you're saying. It's just really tough for them to view Kim as a bit of a blow. Yeah, I don't want it to be mean, but I want it to be truthful, and that's kind of an issue. Because, like, look, I'm not qualified to be a doctor, right? Like, I cannot apply to be a doctor or a paralegal. I do not have the required experience for that. And sometimes you just need the honesty. So, hopefully. But, you know, not everyone is going to be qualified for every position, and that's just a fact. Rest of the resume sucked, though. Could have used your help. Got it. Yeah, I wish I could have helped them. Others doing to him. Truth hurts. Yeah, it's so hard, because, like, when I was at Helpline, and part of the thing we trained people on was here's just a general rule. So this is not a recruiting rule. I can't use it in this chat, but there is a thing called the compliment sandwich. And if you are ever critiquing somebody on something, like not just randomly came up, but like they ask for your help or critique or you're managing, you really do want to use the compliment sandwich, which is essentially something good they did, the bad stuff they did, and then the good thing they did. And the problem is I don't get to use that here because, like, I don't want to say, but you did this good, because that's not going to matter. So, but that is something called the compliment sandwich, which is very important. I try to use that when I can, because that's a way to give feedback to people without breaking them and making them feel bad. I'm not able to do that. Yeah, no worries. I mean, sometimes, I guess, why do they want to be specifically a business analyst, you know? Like, that's the kind of part. Because they may be qualified for other stuff. It's just not necessarily a business analyst. Oh, boy, this person. Do I have DevOps off the cuff, or do I need to search for DevOps? Because, like, not everyone is qualified for everything. Okay, no worries. Or they could DM me or something. I am a bit busy this week, but let's see, what am I doing? DevOps. This caffeine needs to kick in. Did I not do DevOps? Why did I not save DevOps? I've done it enough. Okay, we're saving DevOps. I have also worked on my resume guide, which I'm trying to get. I did some of it over the weekend, and it is nowhere near close to being finished. But I think I finally figured out the format that I can actually show people. Okay, this is DevOps. Let's just do the United States, because I don't know how to do the other stuff. All right, DevOps. What do we need for DevOps? What you are, right? Cloud. Really, this one prefers GCP. Interesting. DevOps. Obviously, the word DevOps. There's a Docker, GitHub, and it's kind of all the same, but not really. Kubernetes. Is Kubernetes needed for DevOps, or is it just specifically under this? Okay, let's go to this one. Max Attack. Oh, this is easy apply. Wow. Design, implement, CI/CD. DevOps. Whatever a company thinks is DevOps, that's what you need. Let's see. Implement infrastructure as code. That's what that stands for. I've always seen IAC. I didn't know what it stood for. I don't think I've ever had to recruit for it specifically, so that's why it's not a huge problem. But IT teams. I think we're gonna do troubleshoots. Man, I wish I wasn't so tired. But yeah, I'm breaking down the guide I'm making, which again, I've been back and forth on this so much because I know the information, but I had a friend who is very good at understanding like details and particular things. Like they can read an entire 250-page rulebook and understand it, even if that rulebook is boring. And they were going to do a favor for me. They couldn't get through my resume guide, which means it was bad. So I know the content. I just don't know how to present it in a way that won't make everybody's eyes roll back, because I can do it verbally, but I want there to be a written thing for people, because there's a lot of similar questions that people keep having, which means I'm not explaining it right. Like a new person that comes in and is like, that's okay. I get if a new person doesn't understand all the stuff, but there's some like people that have been with me that I've explained it and I can tell I didn't explain it right because they're still confused. So I really need to write that down and make it better in a way that will not break somebody's mind. CICD, Git, Azure, Jenkins, understanding. Okay, Docker is the second one. Docker, Kubernetes. Artificial security measures, monitoring and logging tools. Jeez, I wish I'm gonna have to redo this later too. So this is DevOps manager. Let's just do DevOps engineer. I assume they did they want DevOps? What did they want? DevOps, just DevOps. Okay, they just said they have no interviews. Please help me. All right, I will help you. So it does seem Docker is an important one. So I am gonna move Docker up actually. Docker's Python, I think, right? SQL, scaling. Okay, I did see scaling half. This is something I saw before, which was scaling. Also, I'm so glad I changed this so that this thing is actually legible now, because it was so teeny before. Merge, branch, senior DevOps. I still got a cough from when I was sick. Saw GitHub before. We're also gonna go with like a language, but whatever. Oh, that's a teeny little. What? That's so small. Why is GitHub so teeny? No teeny. Okay. I think that's it. CI/CD, Docker, Kubernetes. Yep. Okay, we're good. SQL. I have to add SQL to there. Docker, system integration, any SQL, firewall, network, protocol, and securities. Okay, these are... Oh, nope, don't do that. Alright, I think that's good. And go we way. Is this the final resume of this one? No, there's one more of that. Okay. Also, my sound is okay, right? Sometimes my sound switches on me and I think it's good, but just wanted to double check. This is a resume of a DevOps engineer. The only note they wrote is that they've gotten 0 interviews out of over 150 applications, so this is not gonna be a good resume. That is what I'm anticipating. So, DevOps. What does a DevOps engineer do? The answer to that is everything. Every company has a different description of a DevOps, but there are some commonalities. So what we're going to be looking for primarily is going to be any type of cloud. DevOps, the word specifically DevOps. CI/CD, Docker, SQL. This one, infrastructure as code, IAC was in a few of them, so it's not as important. Kubernetes was important. Troubleshoot is good. Monitor, logging, caching, scaling, parallelization, GitHub, network priority, blah, 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 those things. So, but primarily it's going to be these. These are probably, I would say, the most important ones. you still need the other stuff, but these are the stars. So, all right, let's look at this resume. So they put their full information up top, so I cannot scroll up. But this is weird. Okay, so formatting wise, this is a nightmare. Don't do this. Also, I don't think you put your education. You need to put your education. I assume you've gotten a degree for this. Most DevOps people do. That should be up top. Then you don't need months here. I don't know why you bolded that. In fact, none of this should be bolded. This is a nightmare to find what I'm looking for. So the only thing I can find is Azure. That's it. I can only find Azure. There may be more important stuff here, but there's so much denseness in this resume, and the bolding is making it worse, that my eyes cannot find anything else. So the only thing you have out of all of this is cloud. I need more. Where's the DevOps? Where's the CI/CD? Where's the Docker? Where's the SQL? Where's the Kubernetes? So there's absolutely nothing but that here, and the formatting's off. So this is largely all wasted. Yeah, I don't even know what you do, which especially for DevOps can be very important. In addition, your title is lead infrastructure engineer. That's not DevOps. And now people in the comments are going to say, well, hold on, that can be DevOps. The problem is the recruiter may not know that. If your job title could be considered DevOps, then just put DevOps engineer. But if it's not, then we need DevOps in here somewhere. This does not read like a DevOps to somebody that is not knowledgeable in computers or IT in general. And that is the problem with this, is I don't see this as DevOps. That's why you're not getting anything. I see that you are an AI engineer. I see that you are an infrastructure engineer. I've seen that you've worked on Azure. I don't know anything else about this resume that I could use. There is nothing that I can see. And maybe there are keywords here that I'm missing, but because you bolded so much, I cannot find them. So the previous resume, you only needed to like fix a couple of sentences to put this in. You need to burn this and redo it. This is not a good resume. Throw it in the trash, redo it. And then I want it to look like this, okay? I want your first name, last name, I want your phone number, email, and LinkedIn or portfolio. Then if you are in the United States, I want you to put, if you are a green card holder or U.S. citizen in the U.S., put that, then the city and state you are in. Then I want your education, no more than 3 lines. Probably if you've only got a bachelor's, 1 line. Then I want you to write it like this. No bolding. This is the only thing that's bolded. This is the only thing that's bolded. This is the only thing that's bolded. And then I need all this stuff up here that I am to be in there. Primarily these. Do not bold them. I am bolding them for emphasis. You need to make it so they are seen without bolding. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. So those are the things I really, really want, and I still need the rest of it, because that's why you're not getting any luck. It's because this does not read like a DevOps. It does not read like anything. It just reads like an infrastructure engineer, and maybe an infrastructure engineer is a DevOps, but you ask 5 people in IT what DevOps is, you get 12 different answers. So you need to make it more obvious. I don't want to be mean or cruel, but that's kind of the only thing I can find here is the Azure, and that's the only thing I can find. And this entire thing, the only thing I found that I would be looking for is cloud, and there's more. So that is why this resume doesn't work. Redo it, use my format, resubmit, make it easy, make it simple, use those keywords. And then let's go to the next resume. Welcome, Voven Lemon. We are on... So this is the first day I'm back from my vacation. So, oh, wow, this is far. We are, I just did a resume that was submitted on the 5th. So I've got a lot of catch up to do because I was gone for about a week and a half and got sick. So if you've submitted in the last 2 weeks, it might be a little bit. Unfortunately. Just because I was on vacation. So, and that means things are delayed. That is the worst part about going on a vacation as an adult, is you know that you have more work coming back when you go home. Yes, February 5th. On the 24th. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I was gone for 2 weeks, so usually I do about 15 to 20 on a stream. Maybe I can go longer today. We'll see. But then we have an ad in about 15 seconds. So, all right, I'm gonna save this. Yeah, normally it's about a week and a half before I get to it, but you know, I had vacation and got sick, so that's unfortunately the case. All right. And what is our next resume? Okay, for Dylan, nice to see your back streaming. Curious if you have a heuristic for how many phone screens you might expect to do before getting to the second round. Ideally, that should be 1-to-1. Yeah, I think that should be like 1-to-1, 1-to-2. I've done 7 now. Oh, that's not good. 7, but you haven't gone to the next round. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, back. So Fruitdilla, you said, thank you, I am back. How curious you have for how many phone screenings you might expect. You've done 7 and haven't gotten to the next round, but they always just say there are other people who meet the qualification better. So, it's been a while since I saw your resume. Realistically, it should be 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. There may be an issue if you've gone 7. I mean, you could just have bad luck, but that seems off. So, the only case that would throw that off is if you are on a visa and you need some kind of sponsorship, then you would be getting declined more, or something about how you're doing it is off either in the resume. It could be it looks good to recruiters, which is why you're getting those, but not good to managers. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't remember that stuff until I see it in front of me. But 0 to 7 is not great. It could also be like if they're looking for remote and on-site. If people are on-site, there should be more. Yeah, I'm just not sure exactly what the issue is, but there is an issue. 7 is not correct. That's something's wrong there. So even if other people meet the qualifications, you shouldn't have 0 and 7 unless it's a very weird string of bad luck. Yeah, they might be able to give you feedback. It's probably not though. What industry are you in again? Just remind me. I mean, even if you're in IT, that shouldn't be the case. Marketing. Huh. That might be you're giving wrong information in the phone screen. That might be the case. In which case, so like, what are the normal questions they ask you during that? Because that might be the case. I mean, admittedly, marketing is very bad, but 0 to 7 is something's off. And then I'll just write a couple in chat and I'll see. I'm going to do this resume. This is a resume of a software engineer. This is the final resume of this video. They have only a few months before they graduate. Appreciate they giving me an honest feedback. They've only gotten around 2 to 3 interviews in a span of 2 years. Only around 5 online assessments. That's not great. So, the first problem is they just said software engineer. Are you front end? Are you back end? Are you full stack? I don't know. And that's the immediate flaw I see already. The second is this formatting is hideous, but let's check. So for most, I'm going to assume most software engineers are going to want some kind of cloud. They're going to want some stuff for their language, which again, I don't know which kind they are. So let's see if we can find out which kind of software engineer they are. First, this doesn't need to be more than 2 lines, and you don't need to bold it. Also, again, none of this should all be black and white. Please make this all black and white. The only thing that shouldn't be black and white is this stuff right here. This is the only thing you can do. That at the very top, your contact information, that can be blue, that's fine. Everything else should be black and white. Stop bolding everything. Bolding everything makes it worse. So this should be 2 lines. You also don't need this line in between here. I get why people do it, but it's not necessary. C++ comes from multi-threaded engine particle real-time in C++. Mentored students, shadows, lead code. Okay. This doesn't matter. I need to see how you use it. Just need a React front end. So MySQL, AWS, CIC. Yeah, your bullet points are bad. And the problem is I don't know what kind of software engineer you are. So for software engineer internships, it doesn't matter what kind of software engineer you are. You could be front end, back end, full stack. It doesn't matter. Once you go into your full-time job, you need to pick a stack and stick with it, or at least write a resume based on it. And that is why you're having issues here, is because I don't know what you are. I'm assuming maybe full stack. I mean, look, AWS is fine, React is fine, SQL is fine, but here you do Python, here you do C++. I need you to pick a stack, and that's why you're failing. First off, the market is bad, so that's probably the biggest reason you're failing. But the second reason you're failing is I don't know what you are, right? Like, because here, I have these saved. If you're looking for a, say, Python engineer, this is going to be the keywords. But on the other hand, if you're looking for, do I have a C engineer? No, I don't. If you're looking for a full stack engineer, then these are going to be the keywords. And front end is going to be different. And then a C++ engineer is going to be different than a Python one. So CI/CD is good, SQL is good, cloud is good, but I don't know what you are, and that's why you're not getting anything. You got to pick a stack. Make it front end, make it back end, make it full stack, and then make it obvious, all right? You need it to be so obvious your non-technical parent or sibling can be like, oh yeah, clearly they're a front end dev. But that's why you're not having any luck. So the formatting's off, the actual content is off, because again, this doesn't count. I need them in the bullet points. Yeah, none of these bullet points I really care about, honestly. They're not good. I mean, you may need to redo a lot of them. Are any good bullet points here? This one, actually, this is a phenomenal bullet point, but no one's going to find this bullet point. This is actually a really good one. And this one is also okay. But people are probably not going to read down there. They're not going to see it. And because you bolded everything, they may actually miss it. So I want you to write more stuff like this. This, I think, is your best bullet point that I can see. And everything else is not as good. You're going to redo the bullet points. You need to pick a stack, and then you can resubmit it. Now, I want to be clear that the market is bad. So even with a phenomenal resume, I mean, like 1 in 30, 1 in 40 would be okay. But doesn't sound like you're getting even that. So, but that is the last resume of this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I like helping people, and if you need more help, go to my Twitch channel. The link is below. That is where I give this stuff live, and I can give a little more help than I can actually give through just purely YouTube. So I will see you all in the next video. All right, back. Okay, marketing. Can you share the perfect resume template for a senior principal? Where do you recommend to put certificates? VoD, what industry are you in? Typically talk about expanding your resume, what interests you, number of people, projects, salary, what you've been doing since leaving the last job. Do you have questions? And then they say the next steps. Interesting. IT. Okay. Are you looking for IC positions or like high-level manager positions? Because this template works until you get to like director level. Okay, then this template works. This is fine. Yeah, this template works. It's on my website. That's the one you want. The other version really only works for like director level managers, that kind of thing. See, Fruitilla, so there is an issue with marketing in that a marketing manager could be 3 different jobs. So it may be you're just applying to a couple of them and they're realizing they got the wrong thing. But details of the position, details about the projects. What could be happening, and I have a question for you, Fruitilla, is when you respond, oh, the industry, or okay, so you are doing the project manager. When you respond to their questions, how long is your response typically? I know that sounds weird, but there is a reason. All right, that was 78.5. Okay, that's good. And then that video is going to be posted today, so. Typically a minute. And the interview is good, the full. I always ask if they want to expand. Okay. Oh man, I wish I wasn't super tired, but my guess here is your information you may be giving them is too technical, and they are unable to write down your experience in a way that is knowledgeable to them. And as an example of this, I actually fixed up our internal recruiting process because of this for a little bit. Was managers would ask a question, which is essentially what you just said, which is what interests you about this position, details about the project, etc., etc., etc. And what would happen is I basically shadowed a phone screen where a recruiter did that. And what happened is the candidate was an oleonucleotide scientist. And they went into about a 2 to 3 minute spiel about every single thing that they did that we asked them. And the recruiter was only basically able to answer, worked with science stuff, worked with this. Because, yeah, so that is a bad intake question, but the way to counter, which is not something that you can control, but you can control your answer. And during a recruiter screen particular, you want to avoid monologuing. Your goal is to not monologue. Yeah, that's my guess. With the manager, you can monologue. The manager is going to understand. And truthfully, this is kind of, not a lot of people train recruiters on this, but there are good screening questions and bad screening questions. And I've hired specifically because of those, and it's something I'm very good at, is fixing internal recruiting processes. So it may be the case if they're not able to do it, because especially if it's IT and you say something like, yeah, I used AWS to floop the Patutu, and then after that what we did was blah, 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 blah. So ideally, good ones are yes, no, years of experience, that kind of thing, but you don't get to control that. So do your best to not monologue and try to give them something that is easy to write down. So if they say, tell me about the stuff, you can just say, I have 5 years experience with AWS. I reported to X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, the tell me about yourself may be okay. Tell me about yourself can be a little bit, but that's my guess, is it's getting lost in translation. So you may want to try to simplify it. Once you get to the manager, though, you can go technical. It's just the recruiter themselves may not know it. And quite frankly, they may not be able to type it all down. So you also may want to slow down your speech a little bit to give them time to write. because also they are really they can be harsh on those metrics. So, do you expect market to be better this year? No. I hope I'm wrong, but no. We're having a ton of layoffs, particularly in the government, and the government in the United States is a huge employer. So, how long should an answer be max time when you avoid monologuing? Like a sentence or two. I mean, like, if they say, tell me about your work with, as a graduate teaching assistant, just say, I created projects using multi-threaded architecture and real-time using C++, right? Like that. Make it simple, make it quick. Just, again, I really think it's very important for IT to know somebody that knows nothing of IT. Like, I want you to think of the person, again, that you're like, yeah, I work in IT. They're like, can you turn on my computer and it's not plugged in? That's who you got to direct it to. And obviously not all recruiters are like that. Some know a lot, but when you have to transcribe all that stuff, it can get lost in translation. Thanks, not intuitive at all. Good to know. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. That makes sense, but make it like, you know, like this is too complicated, but I just say like I used X, Y, and Z, you know, make it very simple. That might be the case. Or alternatively, the things that say marketing manager are not actually marketing managers, and they're more IC positions, and they misrepresented them by mistake. But all right, this is a content marketing manager. I don't have that off the top of my head. Okay. Content marketing manager. What is this job description, man? Okay, there it is. How is anybody supposed to find this? Then let me shrink this down. There we go. All right. Okay, so industry. No, what did I click? Click the wrong thing. All right. Oh god. Targeting manager. Oh gosh, this is content marketing manager. Is that super different than a normal, like, innovative? What is it? Speaking of marketing, let's see. What is a content marketing manager? They production. Okay, so they manage the production, not the people. That's what I thought. Engineering visual video to engage the audience. So I'm assuming this would still be it. B2B marketing. Nope, this is specifically direct reports. Man, marketing resumes are like, job descriptions are such a nightmare because of this. So I really hate that fact. Let's see. Can I do content marketing? Oh my god, they're all different. Cartoon marketing manager. And none of these are good job descriptions. All right, here's at least a little bit of one. Industry specific. Then we want B2B. B2B. SaaS. API. Really, there's a lot of API. This might be specific. Okay, I think that is specifically company specific, because this is for... What is this for? Okay, got it. An API company. So this is going to be very specifically API based, but I don't need to work on that one. So this part, though, is good. Let's see. That one good. SEO. That's going to be a big one. cross-functional. Cross-functional. Why is that in my head? WordPress. Oh, they use WordPress. I don't know if Market-Who and Optimizely, or what the hell was that word? Maintain an authentic brand, a portfolio, writing style, high impact content. I think we do want growth. Essentially, we're going to have a little thing of like how your marketing succeeded. There we go. Content marketing manager for Hippo Insurance. Hippos are, I don't know if people know this, hippos are vile creatures. Hippos are murder machines. They are cruel and evil monsters. They look like friend-shaped, but they will destroy you and eat your soul. Never trust a hippo. I think brand voice would be one here. Hippos are evil. Weirdly enough, moray eels sometimes you can pet, which they are not friend-shaped, but as long as they do not mistake your finger for a hot dog, you might be able to pet them. Wait, what is D2C? What the heck is D2C? I don't think I've ever heard D2C before. Direct to client? Direct to consumer. What is the difference between B to C? Is it consumer to consumer? Yeah, no. Mug, you got it right. It was direct to consumer. What is the demand for machine learning positions? I don't know off the top of my head, but we can look up machine learning. 68K jobs, so almost 70K. That's pretty solid. Ooh, recruiter. Oh man, watch. They're gonna have so many people. Oh yeah, that has like thousands already. AI engineer, AI, yeah, a lot. I think it's still hot. A little probably less hot than it was, but I think it's still hot. So, if you do the Math Academy Machine Learning track, I have no idea what that is. Campaign manager, content manager, content marketing manager with Respondology. What is the written one for that one? All right. We have it B2B. We have SEOs. We have blogs. We have emails. We have engagement. Sprout social. See, I think this is kind of the only thing we're missing. Which, oh man, is this showing? Is there too much here? And then we're also going to do stuff like this, which I think we're closing in. So this is not as bad as it looks. I know there's a lot here, but it's not as bad as it looks. You'd be way better off doing Math Academy, but do your own research. I have no idea what that is, so y'all may argue amongst yourselves. Let's see. That's good. That's good. That's good. And man, this is so much text. All right. I am reviewing a content marketing manager resume. So this is huge. This is a huge wall of text, but it's not as bad as you think. Basically, what we're going to be looking for is industry-specific stuff, and then B2B, B2C SEO. And then this big old wall of text is essentially the type of mediums you've marketed in. So blogs, case studies, email, video, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, that kind of stuff. Then they want to know that you've worked cross-functional. A couple of keywords are going to be WordPress, brand voice, Canva, Figma, any social media scheduling and analytics, or helping. So any of these, Sprout, Social, Hoot, Hub, Mail, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then specifically how your marketing succeeded. So I'm the Headless Headhunter. I review resumes. I am a corporate recruiter. If you like this kind of stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe. So, what did this person say? They said, it's brutal out there. They've been searching since May 2024. They've got a few resumes tailored to specific job titles, but this is the one for the content marketing. Good, that is how you do it, and yes, it is brutal. IT, marketing, and HR have been really, really bad. Those were some of the worst hit, I would say, in the last couple of years. So, their ratio is 100-1, which is not good, but I mean, marketing is real bad right now. So, let's see if we can't improve it. I am going to expect I see a little bit of things I like, but there's room for a lot of improvement. So, okay, education should be here somewhere. Let's see if they have it. Right. Bachelor's. Okay, so your formatting is a little off. Your education should be here. Okay, and it should be one line. I don't think you need more than 2 for it. I don't know if that certificate. So 2, 1 with the certificate. This stuff doesn't matter. It needs to be in. Also, your formatting is hard to read. It should be Arial 10.5. So here, let me quick. This bolded 14 Arial. This not bolded 12 Arial. Everything below that 10.5 Arial. And the only thing you need to bold is this and this. So this is hard to read, so I'm going to lean in because they have terrible eyesight, and you do not want your recruiter to do this because they're not going to read as much if it hurts them to read. So, spearheaded customer acquisition, blah, 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 achieving 3-point growth, year, driving, okay. Oversaw the distribution, content, optimized landscape, media projects. Don't care. All right, here we go. Amplified organic visibility in terms of price mission across LinkedIn. So this is fine. You just leverage performance. I hate leverage. I hate the word. Leverage counter go up, which is not going to because I don't have an editor. But leverage data-driven, ROI, produce, launch video series, calendars. This one is fine. So here's my problem. In this giant thing, you only really have 2 good sentences, which is this and this. Because it's cross-platform multimedia assets. So you need to simplify this, especially because you've only been there for about a year. So first off, make it look like this. Second off, I need to know where what did you do? I mean, I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you do. I know you design media projects, but what kind of company was it? What industry was it? Was this B2B, B2C, or that kind of thing? Where's SEO? In fact, I can look for SEO. I don't see SEO here at all. Where's B2B? No B2B. B2C, don't see it. Geez Louise. Okay, can we do Canva? Where's Canva? It's all the way down here. I don't even think people can see that on the screen. It's in a teeny skill section at the bottom. So you need to redo these bullet points. This is, first off, marketing is bad. 1 to 50 in marketing right now is kind of okay. It could be better, but again, it's real bad at marketing. So we really, really need to fix this. Let's see. We also don't see how your marketing succeeded. You said 3 times growth in organic users compared to what? 3. If you only had 1 user times 3, that's 3 users. That's not impressive. I need to know how that was impressive in that. So this whole resume is throwing me off. So first off, we don't have any of the terms we need. Second off, you're not describing what you did well. This, I think, like I said, is the only one. Amplified organic visibility in targeted markets through precise campaign management across LinkedIn and Google Ads, achieving measurable engagement growth. This is solid. I need more like this. I need to know. The first thing I need is what you do. Sorry, my phone just rang. I don't know what you do. I get it. You're a content manager, but I need this up here to be more simple. Make it easier. Say, at blank or as content manager, I created B2B marketing emails using Canva. I showed our brand voice across multiple channels such as LinkedIn, Indeed, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google Ads, which involved measurable growth, right? I need more. I need you to tell me. So First one, this here is going to be, again, a summary sentence of what you do. Everything else in this needs to be the what, which is the keyword, which is going to be one of these. So what, how you used it, and why you used it. So could this move forward? I mean, clearly at 1 in 100 is, but that's still not good. Because you do have cross-platform, you do have LinkedIn, you do have a little bit of stuff here, but you don't tell me why it's impressive. You do have cross-functional here, which is solid, but people are probably not going to do that. So yeah, your bullet points are bad and your formatting is off, but primarily your bullet points are not good. We need more of those skills. So that's about all I can do with this one. Yeah, you need to fix up the formatting, but again, the bullet points are the biggest issue here. There may be something else I'm missing, but it's just so hard to read due to the formatting. Like there should be a teeny bit of spaces. These should be not the dashes, but they should be the circles. So definitely see why you're able to get a few interviews in a terrible market, but this could be a lot better. And I don't want to be mean. I just want to make sure this is the harshest critique of your resume I can give, because it is rough out there. You are right. You are 100% right. It is brutal. And I want to make sure you stand the best chance you can. So let's move to the next resume. All right. That is 79-1. All right, let me make sure this wasn't an important message. No, it was not. Excuse me. That was a suit rental for a wedding I'm going to be. All right, I will be right back. Sir, you're so hard. Okay. All right. Make sure that's saved. All right. What's your technical level? Engineers, are you currently fractional CTO? What do you think about the on-faculty ones? Okay, cool. That is not my knowledge. Alrighty. That one's good. Content marketer. We have a front-end dev who has almost exactly 300. Why is there a light burning into my skull? There we go. Alright, I'm gonna save this. This is a content marketing manager. Okay. Gosh, I have to save all of these. Content marketing manager. There we go. And then front end dev. Yeah. Also, what I'm going to include in the guide I have eventually is all of these things. I'm going to have a giant keyword list for people, so they can look up their industry and then see that. So JavaScript, React, Angular, HTML, PHP, Agile, Scrum, RESTful APIs, SEO, WordPress, got it. Cool. All right. There we go. Let's see, that was done. What is the next one? 79. Why does everybody do this? Uh, let's see. Oh, that was what I wanted to do. Hold on. I needed to use my better one because I have this. So I made a quick. Should be an easier copy. I'm gonna put this up eventually, but this is how I want people to format their resumes. Can y'all tell me if this is clear for you? I think it is clear. I just want to double check that this is what you're supposed to do because people keep making errors. And I know there's an error here because there's the double space instead of singular, but this is how you're supposed to format it. I just want to make sure that's right. I'm going to give chat a second to check to see if that's good. So I want to make sure that's good. So where can I download the template? Okay, so this is the old one. It's on my website. This is the new one, which I can't upload this. I need to put this on my website. Can I do this live? Will this break everything? I don't want this to break everything, but I think... Hold on. Let me see if I can update this live on my website. Alright, this is my admin. This is my password, which I'm not telling anybody. It's blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. This is Headless Headhunter resume template. That is this. Let's edit this. Remove this link. Attach a link. And this is going to be a file. Resume formatting 1 and 2. I don't know why I called it that. And then I attach this. Okay. That should be good. That should be edited. Let me save. See, I think that new one works. Let me just check it. Is there anything wrong here? No. All right, there we go. It is up. It is now live. I did it live. There we go. This is the better version. So this way it tells you exactly what everything is. Also, I had to do these red things myself, and I'm not an artist, so... But there we go. That should be the new template. That should be good. All right. This is good. Let me remove that, remove that, remove that. That's right. My brain is not working. Okay, and another front end dev. Right? Yep. Okay. This is a resume of a front end developer. They have submitted 300 applications and only gotten 2 interviews. That is not good. Okay, so what we're going to be looking for as a front end dev is JavaScript, React, AngularJS, HTML, CSS, and PHP. Those are going to be the primary ones. Not everything needs PHP, but it's still nice to have. So SQL, Scrum, and Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, WordPress, Git, Docker, Jira, Vue, Next. And a bonus is any extra languages, Cloud, UI, UX, SASS, not SAAS, which I found out and people roasted me for, and TypeScript. So let's see if we can find those in this resume. For develop style using HTML, Tailwind, Vue, React, Angular Node. That's good. Interesting. Delivered project ahead through Agile workflow. Okay, that's formatted weird. Architected and built scalable UI components using JavaScript, Next, Tailwind. Interesting. So, engineer UI components for best practices. Okay, so there's a couple of things here. Your keywords are mostly right. I'm not sure if there's any keywords that are particularly missing, but the issue I'm having here is your formatting is a little off. So I don't want you to say develop style deploy for clients using. I want you to say, just say developed, right? Develop websites for clients using JavaScript, HTML, Tailwind, Vue, React, and Node in a agile environment. These should be one. So then architect and build a scalable UI component. here, no, just say used and architected a, sorry, this one is throwing me. This formatting is just slightly off and it's kind of messing with me. All right. Also, don't need you to say, oh, that's what's throwing me off. I'm tired, but I finally figured out. This needs to be a summary sentence. So you don't need to say digital summary here. What I want to say is, for our ad agency, I created and deployed websites using this stuff in a agile workflow. That is what I want you to say. That is going to look better because that way they know that it's a digital ad agency. Then architect and build a scalable UI component library using JavaScript and HTML into CI/CD is good, but then this should be one sentence. Then engineer UI components for best practices. This one I don't think matters. What am I missing here? Is there any SEO? No, I don't see any SEO. I did see React, which was good. I did see Angular, HTML, PHP. Do we have SQL? I do, but they're probably not going to see it. The SQL needs to be a little higher. Do we have Git? No. Oh, yeah, we do. It's bad. Okay, so here's a problem that you're having. These are the right keywords. You're going to want to make this 4 or 5 bullet points and spread those keywords out a little bit more. There is an issue with people in highly technical things like software developers, etc., where just listing all the keywords here, too many in a row could confuse non-technical people. So I would say keep JavaScript, Tailwind, Vue, React, and Angular here. Then maybe put Node, CI/CD, Git here, and put Agile here as well. And then have another 2 bullet points where you go into a little bit more detail of some of these things. So maybe put Git and CI/CD there, Node here in Next.js, then JavaScript, HTML, PS8 there in an agile environment. So basically, you front-loaded all of your skills here. Just make it 4 or 5 bullet points. Make it a little bit easier to read. And your formatting is not helpful for that either. And then for this one, so here's the problem. This doesn't sound impressive, right? 55K in annual reoccurring revenue may not pay your own salary. So that may not be what they want to see. You can just say, increase company's revenue by delivering 25 plus client websites, using that. Builtwebsite.com. I don't know if that's really needed. PHP and MySQL, this should be the first or second bullet point. So, to summarize, because there's a lot here, is your formatting is off, and you have the right keywords. I think you've gotten those correct. You are missing SEO. No, wait, are you missing SEO, or was it just SQL? You are missing SEO. You are missing any cloud, but, or Vue, or, no, wait, do we have Vue? We do have Vue, yeah. You have too many keywords up here. I know that's going to sound crazy because I always say you need more keywords. You need to spread them out a little bit amongst these sentences, right? Make this 4 or 5 bullet points. You don't need this. That's fine. Then under these, just spread them out a little bit, right? First one, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and let's say Agile. Then the second one, we go Node. What else did you have? Node, Vue, React, and Git. Then the third one, do CI/CD, that kind of thing. So you have too many together where a recruiter could easily miss what you have, which, again, I don't think this is going to take a crazy amount of time. Like I've said before, you need to burn the resume, redo it. That shouldn't be the case here. You just need to spread it out a little bit. And in addition, fix the formatting because your formatting is not helpful. So again, here is the formatting sheet now with red to show you where to do it. This Arial bolded, this Arial 12 not bolded, everything below this 10.5 Arial. This section bolded, this is not. This section bolded, nothing else is. This is italicized. So fixing all that will make it easier. In addition, I'm going to probably guess that you may be applying to jobs a little late. The market is kind of very competitive. So make sure you're applying in LinkedIn to jobs that are more recently posted. But overall, I can see how you got interviews. You just need to make it a little clearer. So just fix that, and I think you should be pretty good. You've got most everything. It's just there's so much of it. And I know you tried to scrunch it into one page, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. If it goes a little bit to page 2, but again, you don't need this. This isn't necessary. It needs to be here anyway. So just move a little bit more of these here. Spread out some of the keywords so it's easier to read. Because remember, they have 15 seconds to read your resume, and they may miss if it's all here. But overall, not bad. You just need a couple of tweaks, and I think you're going to get a much better ratio. So let's go to the next resume. I can tell the YouTube comments on that one are going to be brutal. I absolutely know they're going to be like, I sounded like the guy from Crash Bandicoot. Do you have a service where you write fixed resumes yourself? No. Although someone did offer me $20K to find them a job, and that was enough money that I would do. And another person offered me $5K, but that hinges on them getting the job, and I'm still not sure I'm going to be doing that moving forward. But $20K was an amount of money that they said, sure. And there's a lot of stuff that hinges at, but not the volume that I do here. So, okay. Because 20K is still less than I'd probably make per placement, but it's less work overall. But no, I know people keep asking me to fix the resume just for like $500 or something, and I'm not gonna do that. So, because I don't want my whole job to be resume reviews. I still want to do the recruiting stuff. So there may be a few special cases, like I said, the guy who's gonna pay me $20K, but that's probably one of the only few. Okay, iOS developer. I don't know that off the top of my head. Okay. iOS Swift. That was it. So iOS Swift. Olkit? Swift get okay. iOS developer specifically. Swift, iOS. Okay, good. I was already here. Third-party APIs and SDKs. R-Kit. This kit in AR/VR, which is alternate reality VR. RESTful APIs and backend services. This is iOS Git. I think those are mostly good. Okay. iOS developer for Beacon Fire. I misread that as Bacon. Bacon Fire would be a sweet company name. All right, so React, Java, script, React, JavaScript, TypeScript. We have Git. Okay, MVC and MVVM. Swear. All right, CI/CD we do have. We don't have CI/CD. Cloud. CD and cloud. But I do know that people want me to pay me directly to review resumes, and I just don't. I don't want to do that. I'll be honest. I know I could make money on it. I know I could help people on it. I really don't want to get paid for fixing people's resumes. I'm happy doing this I'm glad to help, but I do not want it to be my primary source of income. And having people pay me for it would be the only way that would work. Like I said, there's one or two special cases where, but that I'm not just fixing their resume. I'm giving them a lot of other stuff too. And that's only contingent on them getting a job. And I don't know if I'm going to do that thing again anyway, because I'm like, I can do it. I just don't know if that's something I want to do. So we have cloud. RESTful APIs. I think that's good. I missed RESTful APIs. No, right there. I have it. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. Mobile development cycle. I do think the life cycle is probably what I'm going to have over here. So. Oh, I need to actually pull this resume up. That was the last one? Is it this one? No, it's this one. All right. All right. Wow, they wrote a lot of stuff. Primary a contractor under my own LLC. I know what that's like. Let's see. They have not been aggressively applying to positions and stumble upon your videos. In the progress of remaking my resume using your template, but I also wanted to review of my current resume. I haven't been able to find any videos that review a mobile front-end devs. I don't think I've actually done a mobile front-end dev before this. Keyword the recruiters are looking for. I think I've done a good job of anonymizing it, but if there's anything else, let me know. I can submit a new resume. No, I think that's good. The problem with this is here. So this is going to be a formatting issue. So we okay. I kind of know a little bit about the problem with this one, but let's do it. This is a resume of a iOS developer. They say they haven't found me review any iOS developer positions, and I don't think I have. I think this is the first one. I've done iOS or Android dev like recruitment ages ago, so again, I have to look up everything before the video. But what I'm going to be looking for primarily for an iOS developer is iOS, Swift, ULKit, Git APIs, and SDK. Our kits, scene kits, AR/VR, RESTful APIs, CI/CD, Cloud, React, JavaScript or TypeScript, MVC and MVVM, and anything with lifecycle. There's like a couple of things for lifecycle. It was a nightmare to actually say all that. So this person has a 1:50 ratio, which I will say is not that's not bad. You don't really, that's not terrible. Again, it's like a C-. It passes, but barely, but it still passes. So you also said you've been fixing stuff up. All right, so let's look at what this is. I hope that is not a photo. Do not include your photo in the United States. We do not need that. In fact, I think the only thing I've heard where you should have a photo is maybe Turkey, but I don't even know if that's right. So if you're in the United States or Europe, don't put your photo on it. We don't need to see that. Your formatting is a little off. So as a software engineer, 15, Excel and iOS development, Swift, active, my experience uses API in both REST and real time. Computer verse and life cycle goals. I'm not a fan of summaries, but I will say you got most of the keywords. And I'm even doing this now. Most of the keywords, we have Arc, we have Swift, we have, I'm not sure about Tensor. Again, it's been a while since I did that, but you do have Swift, you do have iOS, you have TypeScript, you have JavaScript. Yeah, that's pretty good. I know everybody's going to be like, well, why are you doing this and here? Because that's going to look crazy, and it is. So, but I did a little bit of pre-work on this one because I thought there would be an issue. These keywords look fine. I'm not actually sure if you're missing any. No, it looks like you have them all. Maybe the MVC, but again, I'm not. Yeah, it looks like you are missing the MVVM and MVVC. Okay, if it's all the way down here, they're not going to see it. So the biggest issue with this, right, is formatting. So it looks like you have the right bullet points. I think your bullet points are solid, and I can see why they get it. And this is, again, also an issue of why formatting is 40% of the grade, is that you can still pass with bad formatting. What I'm going to imagine is these were contracts that you took. Because it doesn't make sense if you only did this for a month, then you only did this for a month, and then you only did this for a month. So your formatting is a little off. And what I would recommend, this actually might be the case if you're using the other style, but is, again, you want your formatting to look like this, obviously without the red. And how you would do this is you would put these under which company you did, and then you can say, like here, which is Logic Incorporated, Senior Mobile Architect, it says worked on multiple applications such as Luxury Keeper, Fine Diner, Big League Umpire, where I would do X and Y. And then you basically make that as like your big job description and then put the others. Although it is a little off that you have the timeline is a little off here. So this is, I think, going to be a primary formatting issue. Again, you have your picture, which is also a big no-no. But overall, I mean, you immediately have the keywords. So I'm trying to think. This might be a case of specifically you want the other style of resume, which I try not to teach because most people don't need it. It's really more for director levels, but I think it could work for contracts. So we really just need to fix the formatting here, and I think you're going to get more than 1 in 50. But I don't know if you really need to change any of the bullet points. These have basically everything I need. So yeah, we just need to make it make sense formatting wise. If you come on the channel, I can show you the other format, but yeah, it's primarily this is a formatting issue, and I think you're going to get higher than 1 in 50. And again, remember, 1 in 50 is not bad, right? It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. So you can, overall, solid. Formatting is not great, but it's still, and here's why the formatting, while not bad, is not the worst I've seen. This is still easily legible. So, easily legible, I can easily find it. It's really just the timeline that needs to be fixed more than anything. So, and yeah, I'm not a fan of the green. I think it should all be black and white, but whatever, that's minor. You have the formatting mostly good. Not mostly good. You have the formatting easy to read, which is the most important part. So I'd rather something looks ugly and I'm easily able to parse it than vice versa. So there's not much more I can do with this, because again, I think your bullet points are fine. We just need to fix the formatting. And then make it make sense, because like, you know, you could all put it under here, right? And just have a big one, and it'd say worked on multiple applications such as blah, 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 blah. Or alternatively, at the very bottom of that, you can have a link to them or something. So remove the picture. Again, I don't like the summary, but it does have everything we need, and this part is a little confusing. So overall, I can see why you're succeeding. We just need to make it make sense from a formatting perspective. Let's go to the next resume. I don't have any snoozes. Why do I not have any snoozes? Boo. But yes, I do not put your resume on the... Don't put resume. Don't put... I'm so tired. Do not put your picture on your resume. That is not something that is good. It just breeds discrimination, unfortunately. It can do nothing but hurt you. What is next? Oh, sorry, y'all. My sinuses are still off since I was sick. I only really recovered like mid last week before I flew back. I had like 2 days of not being sick on my vacation. Ooh, I saw stars. That was a rough sneeze. Okay. Which again, that was really good to be sick at that place, because that was a nice place to be. I wish I could go back. Already. Second I left, I'm like, oh, I want to go back. It was so wonderful. I have not been on like a real vacation in a very long time. I think, when was the last time I was on a real vacation? I think it was man, it was like 6 years ago. I went to Iceland. And I think that was the last time I've really been on a vacation. I've took like time off, but that was sort of like a real vacation. Thank you for the bless. What about graduating year from the college? They can calculate your age. Yeah, you could just say graduated. There's definitely age discrimination. I want to be clear. But I think a good chunk of it is they're just using outdated resumes. But there can be age discrimination, so don't, if you're worried about that, just put status graduated. That's also why I have it over here. Yeah. Status graduated. So that's what I would put. Certificates are kind of iffy on that because they can expire, but you could just do status graduated. Yeah, never leave them guessing. You don't want them to be discriminatory, which I wish I could say doesn't exist, but unfortunately it does. People can be discriminatory, so you want to wipe that stuff out just so they don't stand a chance at doing that. So, I wish that wasn't the case. I really did, but nope. And I don't do it, but not everybody's me. So, there's... really hate that that's a thing. Like, it's just like, just hire people based on their skills. Not that, please. So... years from certificate. I mean, certificates have expiration dates sometimes, so it can be iffy, but typically, yes, remove it from the certificates in education. So, certificates I'm iffy about, because again, some of them expire. When you're dealing with, like, nurses and stuff, they have those that do expire, so you do want to say, like, valid until. But, anyway, I'll be right back. Hi, Bear Bear. Oh, good yawn, buddy. Hi. Come on, Bear Bear. Come on. You're not gonna move? I'm trying to pet you. Okay, go back to bed. You clearly want to go back to sleep. He refused to move for pets. I was trying to get him. Because we would have kept dates on the certificate, remove the college graduation. I mean, it depends on the certificate, but I don't think it's that weird. So, I do get what you're talking about, though. But, sometimes it's gonna look a little weird, and that's the best you can do. I've seen soft discrimination thing, though, with leak code. Younger folk without a ton of life responsibility have the time to grind it and learn everything, whereas older people don't have the time that you need to master it. That's also fair. There is a lot of, and I think there is definitely hard discrimination against people that are older, but I think a lot of it is also soft discrimination, like Buggy said, is, if you're older, you probably don't have the time to grind that out. In addition, if you are older, your resume is probably going to be outdated. And remember, I'm giving you good resume advice for this year at this date. In 2 to 3 years from now, this could be rendered relevant. I don't think so, because I've actually kind of been doing this relatively the same, and it's gotten me hires and placements for like 10 years, but you can never be shocked by a changing market. And a lot of the people I see where they say there's age discrimination, not all of them, but it's the fact that the resume is not good. Because, like, if you get in during a hot market, your resume is not going to be that great because it doesn't need to be. And then you go into a bad market like this and, like, well, what's going on? It's like, it may actually be the resume, which is, I guess it could be considered soft discrimination as well, which isn't good. But, so, there's a lot of that. And a lot of the time, my first thing I think is, when's the last time we've looked at your resume? So, because, yeah. That's my view. Oh my gosh, my LinkedIn is blowing up right now. I have to check that afterwards. All right, what is next? We have a software engineer. My resume seems to only catch recruiters from third-party staffing companies and less than 5% callback. Does not catch the recruiters from direct companies at all. Oh gosh, that's such a loaded question. It won't. Not in this market. You're not going to get direct recruiters. That's just not how that's going to work, unfortunately. How do I describe that? How do I describe that specifically about why that's not working to somebody via video format? Unless you're in chat right now. Also, is this gonna go? Okay, good. Wow, these black bars look 3D. Are y'all seeing this? It looks like 3D on my monitor. Oh, I see it. They have a little shadow under them. That's what that does. 2 years time, we'll submit resumes by TikTok dance. Yes. Right? It's just going to be like, how well can you do the, what is it? I have to learn this dance for a wedding. It was the hot to go one, which is like it was H-O-T-T-O-G. No. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Heart. I have to learn that for a wedding in like 3 weeks. I have to learn that for a wedding. It's the Chappelle, what's her name, Rowan song. It's good, but yeah. Okay. Jeez, how do I describe this? All right, I'm gonna have to do it. It's the best way to do it is improv. But yeah, Buggy, I do want to know I do wonder how much of it is soft versus hard discrimination, which isn't good. Like, you should still try to fix soft discrimination as well for people over 40. Because it's a lot of the times I think it may just be outdated practices, but I do wonder how much. Excuse me. So, with those moves, we move forward with a candidate more aligned with our dance moves. Yeah. Unfortunately, we need somebody who can pop it and lock it. In this market, you can not just lock it. So, I did try to learn that. I have no coordination. I am the most gangly blur. So, 34 and wondering if leaving Navy experience on there for 2008 is hurting me or not. I don't know. I mean, what you could do, I don't know, like, so technically in the United States, this is real. You cannot be discriminated against for your age unless you are 40 and over. So that doesn't count as discrimination. In the real world, maybe. What you could just do is military and not put the years. I have always been a little, some companies do more for the military, some do less. Yeah, I mean, you may just want to do, like, I would say this, at the bottom of your resume, just put military service, like 4 years or something, or however long it was, and don't say when it was. That might help. So, that way, because, like, it's not relevant when you did it, it's relevant that you did. And some companies do have, like, expedited stuff for former military vets. I don't know if the roles I've had have really had an effect, but I do know there were some stuff. So it is something that you should leave on. Just put it a little bit toward the bottom or something. That's my vote. Yeah, your standards are too high for popping and locking. All right. This is 79.4. This is a resume of a software engineer. What kind? I don't know. They have a 1 to 75 ratio, which isn't good, but it's not terrible. Again, software engineering market is terrible right now. I think that might be like a D plus to a C minus. It's not good, but it could definitely be worse. It seems that what you did say though, and this is going to be something that is important for everybody, is you are getting calls from third-party staffing companies. That's what I am. I own my own. That's me. But not companies from direct hire, like not direct recruiters. So you're not getting calls from internal recruiters, which I have done. You're getting calls from people like me who are external recruiters. So in this market for software engineers, you are probably not going to get direct calls for from direct recruiters. It's probably not going to happen. The reason that doesn't happen is primarily they do that when the market is very, very good for the candidate, which it's not. So when the market improves, you're going to get more people a little bit more internal. And still, mostly it's going to be external. External people dig a little bit deeper, and internals don't need to hire the external recruiters. So you probably won't get called from internal recruiters. Can it happen? Yes, but your actual chances of it are very low. And that just happens because you're in a bad market. When it improves, you're going to get more calls. So it does say that you do not have, but that you do get less than 5% callback after the initial call. So that means this resume may look good to external recruiters and not internal ones. Let's see what we're missing. So again, what the most important thing with a software engineer is what kind. I don't know what kind you are. Front end, back end, full stack, and if you are back end, what is your tech stack? Because Java is different than Python is different than C. They all have different keywords. So let's list this. First off, this should be at the top. Should be okay. Your formatting is all off. I want to be clear. Your formatting is off. It's not the worst, but it's off. Your education should be up top here. All right. Education should be up top here. Right after the contact information should be one line, maybe two lines, because you can put this in 2 lines max. Don't bold it. Now, enhanced application by per month, cross-functional features, blah, blah, blah. Again, software engineer is one of those things where I don't really care that much about cross-functional. That's really not a software engineer thing. Like a manager, yes, or other stuff, but not really software. Integrated coded CI/CD is good. Java, Spring Boot microservices, API. This is solid. Don't care about anything here. Don't care about anything here. So you really only have a couple of things. And I'm going to assume that you are a back-end Java engineer. Let me see if I have a back-end Java engineer saved. Do I? I don't think I do off the top of my head. I thought I did. Oh, shoot. Do I really not have a back-end Java engineer saved? Oh, here it is. Haha. I knew I did. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I did. Here. So if this is actually a Java position and you are a backend Java engineer, this is what I'm going to be looking for. Java, Cloud, Spring, Selenium, SQL, anything with JS, JavaScript. Yes, I know JS stands for JavaScript, but the Angular and everything is different. Maven, full stack, Apache, Rust, and this stuff, which I don't really see. CI/CD is good. I could probably add that. And I really should also add the API, which is good. But this is an okay sentence, right? I've seen these in some, but the rest of this I don't really see. With Angular and TypeScript. Okay, so maybe you're full stack? The rest of this doesn't matter. Like, most of your bullet points don't have anything I really need. So if you're not backend Java and you are full stack, then I need this. And the problem with this is I don't know. And if the recruiter doesn't know, they're not going to move you forward. Now, it does have a couple of things they would want, which is why you're getting like 1 in 75. And the fact that you have it here is while you're getting picked up by external is because they use a Boolean search to find you. But once they actually dig in, you're not getting the right stuff. So that's why. First off, I need to know what you are, which I don't know if it's between a full stack or a backend Java. And then you need the keywords here. That is the issue. And the reason you were getting callbacks here is because the market was fantastic here. But, oh, wow, actually, right at this point to like a month or two after July 2022 is when the IT market crashed hard. So that is why you basically joined during a phenomenal market, and now you're in a very bad market. So that's going to be the differences. So overall, your formatting is off. Not the worst, but it's still off. The education really should be there. But more importantly than that is your bullet points are off. We don't. I need to know what you are. I need to know if you're full stack or back end, and then if so, I need, these are gonna change between those two. So whichever one you are those are gonna change. So this is full stack. This is Java, which I could probably add one or two more. I haven't searched for it in a little bit. So that is this resume, and let's go to the next question. Let's see. Saute Pan. I like that name. I hope I'm saying that right. I quit in late 2023 and got hired a month later. It comes down to resume, networking, and personal branding. I mean, kind of. I don't know about personal branding, but networking is. So look, I will say this to everybody, and I've said it before, and I will say it again. The best way to get a job is networking with the hiring manager. If you know the hiring manager and they know your skills, that is the best way to get a job. The second best way to get a job is to know somebody that knows the hiring manager. The third best way to get a job is what I'm teaching you now. The problem is the best and second best way to get a job are things that you have to do before you get laid off or quit or look for another job. Because you can't really easily network without previous work. It's something you do before you look for a job. Again, I'm not sure about the personal branding one though. I mean, maybe a way you're saying that is something. It might be the same. There's no lexicon, and what you think of personal branding is not what I think, but it's still the correct way. So, but yeah, and I wish I could teach you how to directly know the hiring manager. That just don't happen. You have to already have done that. So. But yeah, I mean, look, clearly, if you know the hiring manager, do that. That's better than anything else. If you know somebody that knows the hiring manager, do that. Put a ton of skills on my LinkedIn. Have a decent recruiters reach out. Both interview process were actually through. Yes, that is good. But again, I don't consider that personal branding. I just consider that putting your resume on your LinkedIn, because when you're actually Boolean searching candidates on LinkedIn, it is more difficult than Indeed is, because a lot of them don't have their resume, and a lot of them do not put anything. Like, once you make a good resume, just literally copy paste it on your LinkedIn so that we can search for it. But I don't personally consider that personal branding, but I guess I can see how people consider that personal branding. So again, that may just be there's no common lexicon. But yes, you should actually, you know what, I think I'm going to put that on my guide, because let's see, then put this on your LinkedIn so recruiters can Boolean search you. There we go. I don't even have a LinkedIn. Okay, then I want you to describe what personal branding is, because I'm a little confused by that. And maybe you found a good way. Like, there are multiple ways to get a job. I don't like the phrase multiple ways to skin a cat, because I need a better phrase than that. There are multiple ways to score a goal, right? That's better. There's I don't know enough about sports to actually to use that as a metaphor either. I need a better metaphor. I don't post it, just have my resume copied over and have a little blurb at the beginning. Yep, no, that's exactly it, Buggy. That is exactly it. Is because we can Boolean search it, right? Because remember, it's right up here. If you can't Boolean search it, I cannot find your resume. And there's a lot of people that just say, like, software engineer, but, like, I need to know what kind. So the most nightmarish one to find is a Java engineer, because JavaScript keeps pinging. So I got involved in a lot of developer open source projects on my name today, working at big companies on those projects. Yeah, that works, but I feel like you've done that. That's a lot of prep work, right? Like, that's good. I just don't know if that's feasible for the vast majority of people, you know, because I kind of have to. Also, welcome to the chat. I kind of have to teach people the easiest way for their time, and not everybody is going to have that opportunity. That doesn't mean that's bad, and it's good that you were doing that. I just don't know if I could teach people how to do that in a way that would translate into interviews. You know? So, but yeah, that is work because like there, and you know what? I will show one of my friends showed a way to use LinkedIn to get a job that I didn't think of. So I had previously said before that I don't think it's a good idea to make posts on LinkedIn. You don't really need to. Like maybe put one, but he actually did something differently. Is that he had his former bosses post about how good of an engineer they were and what they're looking for, and that translated into jobs. And that one I didn't even think of. So like if you can get a former manager who is sort of known in the industry to post that, not even like just repost that and say, hey, Lee is phenomenal, you need to hire them, that will work, which I didn't even think of until he did it, which I now know is an efficient way. But again, you don't need to do that every day. You just do that maybe once a month or whatever. And that's only if you can get somebody to do that. All right. This is a nightmare. All right. Program manager. Hey, Six God. Yeah, it is. And I didn't even think of that, right? But also, he did post that before, and he got no traction. But once he got his former boss or somebody who was well-known in the industry to do it, boom. That's when he got interviews, and he got hired. I think he got like 3 out of nowhere. Admittedly, he refused to take my advice beforehand, so I don't know if he needed to get to that point, but whatever. But yeah. This guy's very good. Like, if it was any other market, I would have been able to market him like that. But he refused to let me help with most of the resume. And I'm not good enough about marketing, and the market is too bad about that for me to directly place him. But if this was any other market, I would have been able to directly place him and make a good commission. So, he's very good. And I play board games with him a lot. It's fun. And Pathfinder. We meet like most Fridays. So far we're playing Frosthaven and Pathfinder. Alright, connect playing. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work. This is a senior program manager. I think I have a program manager saved. I have a project manager saved. I don't have a program manager saved. Darn it. Stupid program project managers. Grr. So, playing the long game and building your reputation as the highest return investment. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, like, it is. And again, but that again is something where you do before you need to do it, right? Like, you can't really build up your reputation after getting laid off easily. In your industry. It's something you do beforehand. And it is smart, and you should do it, but you have to do it before you're looking for a job. And that's kind of the problem with that is I can't really teach you that because by the time you come to me, you've either done it or you haven't done it. So Oop, no. All right. Cross-functional, blah, 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 plan and direct schedules and budgets. So we are going to do schedule, budget, inception through delivery. And then we're going to do with vendors. We're going to do internal, external. Oh, they're internal. Yeah, they're internal. Internal, external. So, yeah, I always think I'm going to get laid off tomorrow, so it keeps me motivated. That's the smart way to do it. Always assume, like, keep redoing your stuff every 3 months, because you never know. The job security is barely existing today. Let's see, and I did, so that is today and tomorrow's one. Okay, cool. So I have at least, after this, I'll have 2 episodes, because, again, I'm behind. I'm going to do more than that. Coming back, at least you got a job. Yeah, no, that's also true. It's problematic because, like, you should be able to complain about something, because just because somebody has it worse doesn't mean you can't complain. Like, you know, breaking your arm is bad, but you can still complain about that. It still hurts. Pain is relative. But maybe just don't do it when there's somebody who's broken every bone in your body next to you. But you still have the right to do it. So it's kind of tough because your pain is valid. Just gotta read the room. But in this case, I think that's fine because you weren't saying that, and being stuck in a horrible job is bad. It's bad. I've been there before. Yes, I have. So, but it's tough because again, your pain is valid. Like even if it's not, even though you have a job, it's still valid. The threat of that is stressful, And that was something I did learn when I was teaching people for the helpline, is that pain is not equal, right? Like somebody's, like to me, I have suffered bodily harm before, and I can kind of walk it off. The second I get a cold, I am a sniveling child. And I know there are other people where if they get a teeny pinprick, they start crying, but they could run 120 fever and then just keep walking and doing their day. So pain is relative. One person's pain is not necessarily going to be another person's pain. So, you have a right to complain. It is okay to feel bad about something that has happened, because, that is okay. Too real feeling insecure even if I have a job. Yeah, it can still happen. I mean, like, I get it. And that feeling, again, is valid. So, because, pain is relative. And things can hurt even if they're not the most dire thing ever. And it's not good to ignore that internal pain, because then it can sort of balloon into something else. That's not recruiting. That's helpline. I used to teach people how to be on a helpline that people called for mental illness, abuse, that kind of thing. They did not call for abuse. They called because they were getting abused. I did not insult them. Let's see. Writing, editing, distribution, detail management, proprietary travel. So, learning management systems are a bonus. Let's see. Cross-functional. Yep, that was it. I knew I was missing something, and it's stakeholders. Specifically, influence stakeholders. Does anybody know off the top of their head the difference between a program and a project manager? I think a project manager is like a couple, while a program manages a vast majority. I knew this a while ago before, but I do not remember off the top of my head right now. Especially because people use them like in between. I forgot the word for it. Hello. Okay. What? I'm sorry. I have to. This is the weirdest text. I am glad to find your ad for button quails on Craigslist. I do not have an ad for quails. I hatched one today, but the other two did not hatch, and I feel bad for the baby being by itself till it can go to an aviary with the adult buttons. I am hoping to get a couple of the 2 to 3 old ones so they will be about the same size. Are you in Sun Valley? Let me know. Thank you. This is the weirdest wrong number. I have to... apologies. You have the wrong number. I do not hatch quails. Wow, that was an interesting one. Product manager is more about requirements and general vision. Project is more about day-to-day. It might be a scam. I'm not in Sun Valley, but I'm like close enough that might be legit. So, definitely the wrong number at bare minimum. I do not have quail. Bear would eat those quails. Bear would eat those quails. This man already barks at the friggin' birds. If he saw a baby quail, it would be devoured, and I do not want to do that to a baby quail. Oh, hi. Did you hear me calling about you, and now you're going to come over here? Yes, is that it? Hello, sir. So project is more about day-to-day, while okay, so I got it reversed. So, I think it's a wrong number if they start to get flirty. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I know that scam where it's like, oh, sorry for the wrong number, but hey, I want to make a friend. Like, no, you don't. You want money. I know you. I can see you. They haven't responded back. Usually the scams are pretty quick to respond back. So product is about requirements. Project. What about program then? That face could never eat a quail. He can't eat old Chipotle though that we put in the trash apparently. Just a bunch of salsa. Jerk. AI coaching, methodologies, program. Fast-paced environment, multiple deadlines, and juggle multiple projects. No, but he's actually pretty good with other dogs most of the time. So, let's see. Here it is. Every single time. This job is... How much does this pay? I don't know. Where is this located? Don't know. That's weird. Oh, wait. They responded. So sorry. Okay. No worries. Are they gonna... They're gonna... If they go like, oh, I just want to make a friend, then it's see. No worries. It happens. The second they say, oh, want to be friends, I'm gonna block it because I know what that is. Yep, Excel, there it is. Detail-oriented PowerPoint. Presentations to leadership. There it is. Presentations, PowerPoint, leadership. Okay. And then I will be right back. I already let you out, so you're good. I know. I love you. You're a good boy. Let's see, this is... Okay, yeah, I gotta do the quail. Let's see, it was... What mark was it? It was a 2-hour mark, quail. All right, we're back. They have not messaged me back again. I think that was legitimate. I was checking. They just said, I'm so sorry, and that was it. That was a legitimate person asking about quails. I want to find that Craigslist ad. It's in Sun Valley, Craigslist. It was real. I think that was real. I also clipped it, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna find that and maybe post it. But it was a real quail ad. It's so interesting. All right, yeah. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is the Quail Recruiter Hour, I guess. So weird. That was the most random one. Let's see. I think this is good. Agile. Okay, I think... Man, I'm very tired. I hope I got these keywords right. This is why I save them, is because like doing this every time would break me. But I think this is good. project plans detailed. Bear may need to go out at the next break, by the way. Ability to lead, motivate, cross-functional. So we have cross-functional schedule, but it influence stakeholders. We are going to do, like, manage the whole process. No, we have inception to conception, inception to conception, which is a weird way of saying it, but that's what it works. Stakeholders, proactive leadership, and a matrix. So yeah, I would say, like, how you manage others is important. So, excuse me. Wish you kind of played along now. I could, but I could play along, because I just spill everything. But also, like, I don't want to be mean. That was just a wrong number. It's hilarious. And then that person, you know, they seem to actually be sorry about it. Watch, they're going to be like, oh, but we could be friends. I was like, no, I know you're a scam. But I don't want to make fun of them for it. It was a funny moment, but I don't want to be I don't want to be mean to them. All right. So this person has 50. That's not terrible. Oh, PMP is good. All right, let's go to the final resume of this video. Not the stream, but the video is a program manager. So this person said they've been trying to connect with recruiters on LinkedIn and follow up after applying. They have limited success. And yes, you can do that after you apply, but still, you're not likely to get a lot of success. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. So typically, if you apply, you want to wait a day or two and then maybe message them, but there's a high probability that they're not going to respond back. They do not have the volume or bandwidth. So what we're going to be looking for in a senior program manager, and from what I could tell, I found the right ones, but again, it's been a bit since I found a program manager, so if this is incorrect, come on the stream, let me know I got the wrong ones, and I'll fix it for you. But on a basic level, we are looking for a cross-functional schedule budget, that you've handled multiple projects from inception through delivery. You've worked with vendors, internal, external, that you have influenced stakeholders, not just talked, but influenced them, and how you managed others. So how many teams did you manage? Not directly, but, you know, dotted line reported. That you've done learning management system. This one was a maybe. This one's a maybe. Learning management systems was one of them, or two of them. This one is more important, that you've managed deadlines and that you can juggle multiple projects, that you have Excel skills, Google Suite, so docs, sheets, slides, that kind of thing. That you've done presentation, PowerPoints with leadership, and you've done Agile. Also, PMP cert. Forgot to mention, that's there. That's perfect. That's great. PMP cert is highly sought after. So that is what we're going to be looking for, which is an absolute lot. But summary, 10-year experience, don't care. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but like the summaries usually don't matter. Program stakeholder, again, none of this matters. The only thing here, okay, here's why I don't like this, is largely this doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters. The only thing I could kind of like is the ISO one. Is ISOs are kind of hard to find, and you do want to be specific with them. In addition, it is important that you still put your education. A lot of them did want it. So you can put your education up here. If you're afraid of dating yourself, you can just put status graduated. But I would put maybe the MS Industrial Imaging, that, and then under this do your PMP and this Scrum Master one. So let's see. Margin, again, this is not what I'm looking for. This is okay, but this is why I don't like this stuff, right? Is like, this isn't quite what I'm going to be looking for right here. This is okay, but I don't know where it was, but this is solid. This would be better served as being this, the front first sentence of this. So I'm not a fan of this, and this is kind of the problem, is you kind of wasted this space. And the most important thing in a resume is the top half. Now, the fact that you have PMP is phenomenal. The fact that you have ISO is good. And that alone is probably getting you the 1 to 50. But I think we can do better than 1 in 50 for this type of resume and based on your experience. So let's look at the actual key sentences. Led program planning, identifying executive projects, reduced costs, okay, while ensuring design standards. I need more. This is not bad, I want to be clear, but this should be the summary. This should be the summary of this job. What kind of strategic initiatives? How did you talk to stakeholders? Did you talk to vendors? That kind of stuff. Developed a strategic roadmap and go-to-market strategy. This is phenomenal. With commercial teams, all multiple service offerings. This is a great sentence. Here's why I don't like all of this. This is a phenomenal sentence, and I have to get all the way down here to find it. Sorry, I don't want to peek the mic, but procurement packaging. This is fine. This should be one sentence, but it's still a good sentence. Own portfolio management, cross-functional leaders with update. This is again fine. Yeah, this is like you're burying the lead. I need a little bit more from these, right? Like I need to know more about what you did here. I need to know that you influence stakeholders. I need to know a little bit about like Agile, Excel, that kind of stuff. But overall, these two are phenomenal bullet points. And I will be honest, a lot of recruiters may miss those because they're going to get all the way to here and not see it. Cross-functional leaders. Yeah, again, this is a good bullet point. Led in refinement and manager will increase customer uptake time by 50%, relative timely issues. I don't know if this is as important. Recipient of outstanding and above honor awards for exceptional contribution. This is also fine because this is a good brag because for being good at the business. But again, I'm missing how you influence stakeholders. I'm missing the kind of your budget, right? Like it's good that we saw what you've reduced, but I'm missing your budget. And arguably most important is I don't know what the hell you did. I know you did a go-to market strategy. I know you did improvement projects. I know you partnered with people. I know you owned with this cross-functional leaders, but what did you do? What projects did you manage? I don't know. So again, like if you just delete this, replace it with education, and make sure that ISO is up top. ISO is the one where you can get away with it because ISO is important. And then just fix these a little bit. I think you're going to have more success just with that. So I am still missing like some basic tools, but arguably the main thing I'm missing is what you do. Excel, Google Suites, PowerPoint. That you've influenced stakeholders specifically, and what's the name? So yeah, influence them, not just worked with them, but influence them. So overall, this is not bad. Like it's not gonna take you a ton of time to fix it, but that's why. And you are wondering why you've been trying to connect with recruiters. That may just not work, unfortunately. So during late 2022, most recruiters got laid off. It was a bloodbath of recruitment layoffs and across multiple industries. And because of that, the current recruiters that are there are overworked with not as much backup, and they just may not have time to respond to you via LinkedIn if you message them. So don't be upset if they don't respond back. They should still send you a decline email or rejection if you didn't get it, but they cannot respond to everyone because I get about 3 to 4 people a day messaging me about jobs that I don't have for them. I have like 1 or 2 or 3 because I'm an external recruiter. So don't be upset about that. But yeah, this resume, again, to summarize, not bad. We just need to fix a couple of things in it. Clean it up a little bit. Add how you did stakeholders and what you did. And then I think you'll have a lot more success. So that is it for this video. Thank you all for joining. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need more help, join me on Twitch. Current schedule is Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. PST and Tuesdays at 3 p.m. PST. And I will see you all in the next video. Okay. Text that you're the quail and I'm not for sale. A quail who learned how to text. Yes, yeah, that is it is me, the quail. Vova, what do you mean by the next session translation? I do not understand what you mean by that. Okay, that was 79. Hopefully I can get through another whole one. Let's see, how many do I have? I have 78. Okay, good. So at least 2. I'm at least good till tomorrow. Autocomplete? Okay, no worries. Autocomplete always messes me up. I know the worst one that ever happened to me is a candidate I had placed said, "Hey Lee, I'm just curious. I think I haven't been paid yet. I just want to make sure what's going on." And I said, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm I'm going to do what I can to fix this. I will make sure that you get paid on time. That is what I meant to say, that you will get paid on time. What I said is, don't worry about it, bro. I've got you. I will make sure that you get laid. And I quickly followed back with about 4 texts saying that is not what I meant. Sorry, autocorrect. So yeah, I know autocorrect. It was the top 3 most embarrassing things that has happened to me as a recruiter, and that will always live in my mind rent-free. The next live session is tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST. I don't have any. It's always going to be PST because I am PST. So, but yes, always check your grammar before sending it to candidates. Luckily, the candidate thought it was funny and they had a good laugh. Haha! But it was terrifying for me. Let's see. But yeah, it's Monday and Wednesday. Again, I'm not done streaming. That was just for the video. I think I'm going to do another 5 or 6 resumes, ideally. We'll see. Again, we'll see how long this caffeine works. They are targeting geologist positions? I don't know the market for geologists at all. What is... Yeah, but that is the top 3. There are 3 moments that live in my mind rent-free as a recruiter. This will get... So normally this would get posted in about a week. This in particular will get posted tomorrow. I'm going to post half of what I've done tonight. And then I'm also going to post the other half that I just finished for tomorrow. And my goal is to try to get Wednesdays done today, so I can try to get back on the track. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, there are 4 moments in my career that live rent-free in my head. I'm now doing resumes that were sent on the 7th. So hopefully I can finish that were sent between the 7th and 8th, because I've got such a backlog. So I am thinking about, and I'm wondering about this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not. Maybe switch Tuesday's stream to Friday's stream. I like Mondays and Wednesdays, but I don't know. I do want to hit the later night too, but I'm debating that. But so far it's still Monday and Wednesdays 11 a.m. and Tuesdays at 3 p.m. All right, I have to do a geologist position. I've never done a geologist. I don't know what a geologist position. I did a oil mineral person once that did require people that were geologists, and that was a rough one. That was like it was actually a oil geologist position that was a night shift. So they started at 11 p.m. That was a real nightmare to source for, because that was a rough time. So, and that one was for Caterpillar, because I guess they needed it 24/7, which I thought was interesting. All right, keep records, really SDL, field position. Yeesh, I don't know enough about geology. All right, I guess this is it. But yes, the last 5 I did are posted tomorrow. The first 3 I did are going to be posted tonight, which normally I don't do them tonight, but again, I've been gone, so I'm trying to get back onto the schedule. And I did 2 of them before I left, so that's why it's weird. I don't know, maybe I'll go late today. I have to keep checking my emails because there's a couple of meetings. So, but so far they have not responded back, which is okay. Field surveys, geologic investigations, hydrogeologic. This actually does sound relatively similar to the one I did for Caterpillar, but that was a decade ago, so I do not remember enough about it. Field work, data interpretation, reporting. Oof. Well, this is the part I really like about this job, is I get to find out a lot of other jobs that I did not know existed. So, there's a lot of arboral, which is tree work that I didn't know existed. Oh, let me keep doing the wrong one. And then I think that's it. Bachelor's degree. Oh gosh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I looked at the wrong one. It's you don't get to do that, Lee. I looked at the wrong thing. All right, so this is... I know better than that. All right, everybody makes mistakes. So 365 platform. I'm assuming 365 is just like whole suite, right? That is just normal office management, or is that specifically Outlook? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Teams, Word, Outlook, OneDrive, that kind of thing. I don't know if they need OneDrive, but so I'm just gonna put Microsoft Office Suites. So laboratory techniques and geological analysis. Communication. Part is a team proficient with CAD or GIS software. CAD. Safe working environments. Okay, let me look how this like education they graduated. I don't know. All right. There's a geophysicist. I don't think that's right. Geologist. Man, there's a lot more. Like, I know it's only 1,400 in the United States, which is not a lot overall, but this is more geologist positions than I thought. Okay, good. I've gotten these right. So we're doing environmental regulations. Okay, this is starting to make more sense to me now. OSHA. Okay. So, willingness to obtain. Always get some interesting ones. Okay, is this viewable? Let me see if this gets cut out. Obtain it. I think I got one more bullet point before. Alright. And let's see if there's anything else. Valid driver's license, GIS. Okay, it seems mostly in geology. All right. That's not how you spell that at all. Mentor, supervision, minerals, geologist, hydrologist. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Although it does seem office suites are quite a bit. All right, knowledge and relevant experience, hydrologic modeling, professional geologist or engineer, driver's license. I assume they're going to be driving out to sites. Driver's license. I can never spell license. So, ever. I hate the word license. Just cannot spell it. That is my dyslexia. 2 years experience with gold poly. Okay, I think this is it. It's engineering, field work, and data collection. Degree, field work, and data collection. All right, I think that's good. That's probably as close as I can do. All right. They are targeting geological environmental science. I applied to 40 jobs and got one interview. It's actually not terrible. I don't know if they know that. Hi, Bear. I will let you out at the next break, sir. Yes, you've got like maybe 10 minutes. Also, I think you just went down to get food. So, let us begin. I don't know what this voice is, but I am now talking like it. Yes, do you like this voice, Bear? Okay. Alright. This is a resume review of a geologist, which I have actually recruited for a geologist, but that was like a decade ago, and it was like 1 or 2 positions. So, they said they've applied to 40 jobs and have only gotten 1 interview. That's actually not a bad ratio. Truthfully, not a terrible ratio. I'm expecting this resume to be okay. I think we can probably get it a little bit better, although I'll be perfectly frank to everybody. I do not know what the market is for geologists, because again, it has been over a decade since I did that. So what we're going to be looking for is field surveys, data collections, that you have a degree, that you can do field work and data collections. I put that twice. That shows where my mind is. That you have done sedimentology, stratigraphy, structural geology, hydrogeology, and GIS CAD applications. That you have used Microsoft Office suites. Yes, that is critically important. That was actually one of the most common ones. So Excel, Google, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, that kind of stuff. That you've done geological analysis. My throat is going to be crying after this one. Environmental regulations such as these, NEPA, CERCLA, you can obtain an OSHA cert or willing to obtain it. Although in this case, it's basically that you've used proper PPE, which is personal protective equipment, and the word geology and driver's license. That was an awful lot, but let's see if we can find it. All right, environmental professional with over 6 years in geological fieldwork, hydrology, and scientific data analysis. Again, I don't like summaries unless you're switching careers, although admittedly, just skimming this, they have the right keywords here. They have GIS, they had hydrography, that kind of thing. I just don't know if this is really needed. This should really be in the bullet points. So, education, this should be 1. This should be 1. Actually, no. This is fine. And then this is fine. This just shouldn't be bolded. Okay. Then hydrologic technician. All right. Collecting and is using engaging equipment such as, this is actually kind of fine. I know this is not what I said, but a lot of them would want the actual equipment. Process large data sets through, this is where you can put Excel in. Sure, as data aggregate protocols, groundwater, monitor groundwater, blah, blah, blah. Monitoring sites with stakeholders. I don't know if you need to put stakeholders. I know I say stakeholders a lot. I don't know if that's necessary for this type of position. And real-time data sensors, conduct high-speed horizontal. Okay. Primarily here, what I am missing is so these are going to be specific based on the type of geologist you're going to be. And again, I do not know that industry, but I do know I am missing Microsoft Office suites. I need a little bit more of GIS and CAD here. Ideally, the GIS should be here. I do like that you did field work. Did you say field work? But again, it doesn't really count if it's here. It has to be in the bullet point. And then I want to make sure that you did environmental regulations. So again, not bad. Remember, 1 in 40 isn't bad. That's like a B. I mean, like, truthfully, in some places that would be a B plus, but I don't know the market for geologists, but I think that's solid. Rock solid. I'm sorry, everybody's gonna leave it that pun, but yeah, this is relatively okay. I'm missing a couple of things, which are primarily the Microsoft Office suites, the GIS, which I know is up here, but it needs to be down here, and then I think maybe that you followed correct protocol for like PPE and stuff. But other than that, I think it's okay. You just need to simplify it, do those things, make it a little bit better, and then I think you'll have, I think we could probably get this from 1 in 40 to maybe 1 in 20, 1 in 25. But just remember, the job market's bad right now, and even with a fantastic resume, it's never going to be a 1-to-1. It's just unfortunately not how it works. But overall, this is solid. So, good job. You rock. That'll be my last rock pun. I'm sorry. But yeah, if everybody likes these, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need more help, go to my Twitch channel, which is in the description below. I help people live every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. PST and Tuesday at 3 p.m. PST. Now, let's move to the next resume, which probably is not going to be a geologist. All right. Would bet it's way less competition. Probably, yeah. The problem, though, is while there's maybe less competition, there's also less jobs. You know? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Because there's only 1,400. Like, how many of these were posted in the last week? In the entire United States, there are only 388 posted a week. Now, admittedly, not a lot of people applied. But there's just not a lot of them in the first place. So, you know. And it's also possible they were looking specifically for hydrogeologists, which are different. I wonder what the underwater welding market is. That's fair. Yeah, I wonder what that is too. No rock solid resume this time. Yes. Would that be underwater welder? That would probably be on Indeed. Doesn't look terrible. Oh, that's volunteer. Structure welder. Actually, this seems pretty competitive. Pipe fitter. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem horrible, but it definitely doesn't seem like it's... Oh, well, Knowledge, GED. I think this is primarily because these are entry-level positions where they train. Tank car train. All right, I will be right back. I need to let Bear out because he is dog and he needs to go out. So I will be right back, and then I'm gonna try to do at least Wednesday's videos. So I think maybe 4 more, give or take. But we'll see how long it can go. 4 more at a minimum. So, all right, Bear, let's let you out. And the ad's coming anyway. Come on, you need to go outside. Yes, no rock solid resume. All right, back. Alrighty. What is the next resume? Full stack. Cool. I know what that is. Can I fit this on one line? Perfect. All right. Hi, Bear. Did you have a good time outside? Yeah? Did you bark at birds? Did you tell them that they were not quails? Hi. Yeah, I love you. What are you doing? It's not pet time, sir. Okay, maybe it's a little pet time. Oh, nope. Alright, so let's pull up 82. Oh, I hate this already. Okay. And away we go. This is a resume review of a full stack software engineer. So, this person did not tell me anything about the search. They just said they're doing 75-1, which is not great. So hopefully we can get this a little bit better. Now, what we're going to be looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and if you have any extra languages, that is a bonus, and Git is a bonus. So, immediately I hate this. This is so much. All right, so please stop bolding everything. Just stop with the bolding. Stop the bolding. Bolding not good for everything. Please. Not everything should be bolded. It should look like this. The only thing that should be bolded is your first and last name, your education certificate, not the whole section, just this, and your work history, and then if you have projects. And then the title of those should be italicized. Nothing else needs to be bolded in your resume. So the problem with this is it's a nightmare to look at. And the problem with being a nightmare to look at is it's hard to find what I need. And remember, recruiters, especially in a crowded market like IT, get about 10 to 15 seconds to look at your resume. And their eyes are bouncing around back and forth, it's going to be tough. This should be 2 lines. 2 lines max. I don't think this needs to be more. Just say Master of Science, Computer Science, GPA 3.9. Honestly, I don't even know if you need the bachelor's because you have the master's. Then full stack software engineering intern. This is fine. Worked in a serious product team across rapidly 2 weeks. Agile sprints using Jira. Okay, don't care. Tackling resolve front end and back end tickets using JavaScript. That's actually solid. React, PHP, and SQL. React is good. JavaScript is. And SQL is. I don't know if I need PHP for that. And you have RESTful and SQL. The problem is, like, okay, you have SQL, that's good. I'm missing CSS and HTML. I'm missing Node and Angular. I'm missing... No, here they are. This is why it's hard to find, is I can't actually read this in a way I would normally read it. So a recruiter may actually miss the keywords you included. There may be more keywords I included. I am missing TypeScript. Can I actually put in TypeScript? Is it going to show? Nope, type dancer. There it is, TypeScript. Nope, doesn't count. Does not count. It needs to be in bullet points. So it's here, supposedly, but I don't see it. Yeah, I can't even read this. This is a nightmare to read. Please, just, this is what your resume needs to look like, all right? This simple, this clean, this basic. Boring is best. We want boring. Boring is best, okay? I cannot actually tell what you do because my eyes keep bouncing around. Now, you do have some of it. I see JavaScript, I see RESTful, I see HTML and CSS and SQL. And there's Agile, but, like, this is a nightmare. Like, if you literally just fixed up the formatting, you might have a 1 in 50 shot. Like, that's primarily it. And I do want cloud higher up if possible. So I would actually switch this product or this project up to here and then put the AWS as the first line, because that's actually the thing I am missing. Or maybe it's in here and I just can't see it. I literally cannot read this. This is a nightmare. So, and remember, this doesn't count. I need the bullets. I need to see the TypeScript in here. I need to see the React JavaScript to AWS in here. This doesn't matter. I need to see the what you did, how you did it, and why you did it. So, yeah, I can see why this passes. It's just you're going to break the person's brain reading this in 15 seconds, and they're going to miss the fact that you are qualified. So please do those fixes. Make it simpler. Make it easy to read. Legibility is one of the most important things. I will take a highly legible resume over a resume that looks pretty any day of the week as a recruiter. In fact, you have AI here too, and I just missed it. So yeah, I have to stop because this one is giving me a headache. So just fix the formatting and then put the AWS one up here, put the TypeScript in the bullet points, and then you're already heads and tails above everybody else. So let's do the next resume. It might be a new grad, truthfully. So I don't actually know. Hold on, let me check something. I want to make sure my thing is working. Okay, there's not too much lag. Okay, good. Sorry, the stream was having issues. So, yeah, it's probably a new grad. I mean, they graduated in August, and their last job was here. So they did an internship, but yeah, they haven't done their full one. So, I mean, it's not the worst I've seen. It's hard for me to review that. Like, this literally hurts my head. Which is not something you want your recruiter to say about your resume, is that it's so hard to read that it hurts them to read it. Because we really don't have that long. It's very quick. Okay. Let's see that. Who's next? We have 83. Like, I know why people bold it, but there's so much bolding. All right, what the heck is this? This is a machine learning engineer. I think I have that done. Or software engineer intern. Okay, those are different things. Okay, those are very different things. I am currently in my sophomore year. I would be looking for a proper internship. I don't know, add a extra summer. Okay, well, those are two different resumes. Those are two different resumes, my friend. Are they looking for a... Okay. All right. Software engineer, intern, or machine learning engineer. These are very different jobs. Currently in my sophomore year, I'm 7. I don't know what top 7 is. I mean, this is a problem. All right, well, let me try this. This is a resume of a software engineer, intern, or machine learning engineer. So, the problem with this is these are going to be very two different resumes. What I would want for a software engineer intern, which is not this, is going to be a primary tech stack that you can work well with others and that you can, take criticism. What I'd be looking for a machine learning engineer is all of this, which formatted very poorly, but I have it. So the problem with this is these are two different resumes. I need people to focus. If you say I can do X or Y, I cannot review that. That's not how that works. The only exception to that is if X or Y are the same job, right? Like for an example, a recruiter could be called a recruiter. So internal recruiter or talent acquisition specialist could be considered the same job. But a external recruiter and an internal recruiter are different jobs. They are very, very different jobs typically. So I'm not really sure how to review this because again, I can't really do both of those. So I guess we can try it as a... I'm assuming you're looking for internships. So we're going to look at it as a software engineer intern, or alternatively a machine learning intern, which I didn't really search for. So a software engineer intern would be specifically this, which is a basic knowledge of the tech stack. So language, library, SQL, cloud, ability to work well with others, takes direction and criticism. So they've also got a ratio of 1 to 75, which is not good, but you know, could be a lot worse. So don't care about any of this. Don't care about any of this. Okay, so I can skip that safely. Machine learning developer. Okay, it sounds like you actually were doing machine learning. You know what? Let's try to do for machine learning. And here's my problem: is I'm not even sure which skill section to look at for this. So this would be skill machine learning. So we're looking for your degree: ML, LLM, NLP, AI, Python, CAD, CFD, FEA, SQL, Cloud, Git, CLCD, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn, Pandas, NumPy, Keras, customer-facing stakeholder clients, model performance. Now, you probably won't have all of this, right? So in theory, for an internship, is we're going to be looking for any of these, a little bit of these, and a little bit of those, and that you can work well with others. So collaborated on, augment, hybrid with BM Colbert, PostSQL, Adusi SQL, K, with ETL, APIs with Django, REST framework. Again, those would be more for Python. Not that you can't use it for that, but I just haven't seen a lot of things for that. Scikit-learn. I will never pronounce that right. Scikit-learn. Ugh. Scikit-learn. Okay, so here's the problem. As a machine learning engineer, I don't know if this machine learning intern is specifically, out of this entire darn thing, I saw SQL, I saw TensorFlow and Keras, and I saw Scikit-learn and SQL. It's like 4 things, 4 to 5 things technically, how you count it. I did not see the other stuff. So this would not work. So we need to focus. What you need to do is have a machine learning intern resume and a software engineer intern resume, because both of these would fail for both of those. Now, what you do want for the intern resume is how you worked as a team. Remember, this, I don't care. I do not care if you're passionate about driving data solutions or whatever. This doesn't matter because it's not in the bullet points. In fact, this is actually bad because you've listed almost every language and people are going to think that's not true. Now, the reason is that that's because you've learned every language to a small degree in school, which is acceptable, but people may not see it that way. So I need to know how you worked well with others if you're going for internships, and I need to know how you can get criticism. And then I need to know if this is a software engineer or if this is, like the keywords here, a machine learning. So does this pass? Probably not, but you do at least have a lot of the keywords. Oh, here it is. Maybe this could kind of be it. Here it is, mentor. This is actually really good. Guiding the interactive journey, interactive. So yeah, I just need more. I don't know if this would really pass. Again, this is not a United States resume, and things may be different outside the United States. I'm not really qualified to determine if someone is qualified outside the United States without directly speaking to the hiring manager of the position. So maybe there's some differences, and that's why you've had some success. But overall, this resume would not really work as an internship here. I think it could get maybe a little, but like 1 to 75, you want a little bit better than that. So I don't want to be mean. I just want to make sure you get it accurate. So that's all I can really do for this one, and let's move on to the next. Have you seen positions where software engineers required machine learning skills? I mean, yeah, but not a lot of them. Not a terrible amount of them. So there may be 1 or 2 in there, but not a lot. Let's see. So this is that. In fact, remember, there is an easy way to check on that, and let me do it in a second. Also, my headache is coming back. I am sorry, y'all. That's why I'm a little more scatterbrained than normal. Okay, let's go here. So, anyway, this is how you can really tell. If you ever want to know how many things are in the market, you do, okay, so we're going to do software engineer, right? Obviously, this is going to hit a lot of stuff, so that's going to be useless. But we can pick that there are 3,400. What we can do is software engineer and ML. 488. Much less. Do they exist? Yes, but they're much less. Although this also is because my Boolean is not correct. Is I actually need that. So realistically, it would be 164, and then we'd have other names for it. But so 164 versus 8,999. So yeah, not a lot. Now you can move this even more and do machine. Oh, so many Booleans. Machine learning or ML, and then you can also add all the other stuff for it, like AI and that stuff. So it's going to get a little bit more. But yeah, not as much comparatively. So if you're going to be a software engineer, it doesn't seem as important. And I do know machine learning is part of AI, so we can do AI, in which case we see much more. So particularly machine learning, not as important. It doesn't seem like a vast majority of the jobs have it. Now AI, yes. AI in general is important, but not as much for that. So that's also a good way you can always just check is to do that. So is simply Boolean search it and see how many positions pop up compared to without that. So you can see what slice of the market. And again, that's just the ones on LinkedIn, so it's not like 100% accurate, but no, it's accurate, I think, enough for giving you idea of where something is standing. Okay, they are transitioning from working as an art teacher. Okay, this one is going to be difficult. All right. Let's see, they wanted project, right? Project. Okay, I do have project. Steely, hello. How many applications do you think it should take to land an interview for a new grad? Sorry if this is a really common question. No worries. That is what this is for people to ask common questions. So be not afraid. I am here to answer your questions. All of them involving recruiting. Realistically, it's going to depend on your industry. So Steele, what is your industry? Because that is going to matter. Because if you're an actuary or a nurse, it's going to differ than if you're IT. I'm going to guess you're IT just based on how much of the market is IT and looking for a position. But, you know. But, let's see, for an interview. So, typically the way I see this, by the way, and this is a good way, is I'm looking for software engineering, data analytics. Yeah, so 50 is what you should aim for. Normally I would say 50 is like a C minus, but if you can get it to 50 as a new grad in a bad market, you got a lot of success. So, I was going through some of the comments you've left on Reddit, and one common one was around cover letters barring your applications more than it helped. Could you elaborate? No! Yeah, sure. I can elaborate. So functionally, the only time, and I know this is kind of a joke answer, but it's kind of true. The only time I've ever seen a cover letter required is when a recruiter has failed to convince the hiring manager a cover letter was not required. And I've failed to do that before too, but it's largely we don't look at it because there's nothing in a cover letter that we would need to see over a resume. Now, there are managers that like cover letters, and unfortunately, I don't know what a good cover letter looks like because I've never had it change my mind, nor have I known any recruiter that has seen a cover letter that has changed their opinion, both for or against. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time on it, really. So unless it's required, in which case just shoot one out in like 3 minutes, have a template. That is the best thing I can say to it, because it's just, I don't think they're useful. I have all the information I need from the resume, and nothing I've ever seen in a cover letter has ever changed my mind. I don't think it's ever made me decline a candidate I would have accepted, or has it made me accept a candidate I would have declined. And in talking to other recruiter friends, I don't think they've ever had that either. And it's typically because we don't have time to look at both, because the time crunch of recruiting internally is very real, and you just don't have that option. It essentially doubles the work of the recruiter for that particular thing. So yeah, and a lot of them is just like, okay, cool, but that doesn't affect my part of the job, because what I'm looking for as a recruiter, remember, I'm not looking to see that you're the best ever. I'm looking to make sure you meet the minimum qualifications to move forward to an interview where the actual SME, which is subject matter expert, can determine if you have the skills. So I don't think a cover letter helps with that. Again, some managers may like it, and I've been able to convince a couple of them not to use it, but can't always do that. So
I understand perfectly. As a recruiter, you're focused on quickly and efficiently verifying that a candidate meets the minimum qualifications for a...
What the hell? Why? Google, why? I did not at all ask you to make an opinion there. Unless it specifically asks for a cover letter, I would not submit a cover letter. If a requirement says, if it's required to submit a cover letter, you got to do it. But if it doesn't say required, don't do it. I really don't know why Google decided to answer that. So elaborating saves me a lot of time and skipping them. I've heard mention of it also hurting your WRT to ATS filters. ATS filters are not like, that's not how ATSs work. I'm not exactly sure what WRT is. But with respect to, okay, got it. So here, let me snooze, because we're having an ad in a second. So no, ATSs sort people on first come, first serve. There are exceptions to that rule, but with the vast majority of ATSs you will encounter, first come, first serve. So anything that delays your time to clicking submit will reduce your chances of getting a job. That is basically the only real filter it has. While there are AI ATSs that do screening, they are they are very small in the market, and you do not need to worry about them. Unless you are specifically applying to an AI company, in which case, they may do AI in their ATS. But if it's not an AI company in particular, you don't have to worry. As long as the faster you submit, the better your chances. That's it. That's the only thing you got to remember. The quicker, the better. Because if you are applicant number 75 and they find enough candidates in the first 40, you will not be seen. The ATSs are just filing cabinets. Most of them. Again, like I said, there are one or two. So cover letter just from the delay they cause. Yeah, it's from the delay they cause primarily. And it's I think it's a waste of time. But again, if the company requires it, so that's why what I think is you should have like a couple of cover letters, change one word, and then submit it. Recruiters largely don't look at them. So yeah, anything that delays your time to click submit, worse chances. All right, let's begin. My hair is a mess. I need better products. This is a resume of a project manager. So what they said is they're transitioning from working as an art teacher to working in some form of project coordination management. They think they have the skills and temperament to make a manager, but they're not sure how to word their resume. So let's find out what we're going to be looking for a project manager. And yes, a project manager, a program manager, and a product manager are all different, and it drives me insane. But this is a project manager. So we want PMP, or CSM cert. We want customer, stakeholders, agile, industry. We want to know the number of team members that you've done. If it's matrixed or cross-functional, there is a slight difference, but some people use them interchangeably. The number of projects and the budget of those projects, how you've multitasked, how you used resources for success, and how you've solved problems or influenced people. So, normally, I say you don't need a summary. In this case, you always need a summary if you're switching careers. Collaborative and detail-oriented project manager, managing creative projects, fast environments, servant leadership, stakeholder engagement, self-led 40, and in a project 5 years, managing up to, okay. So that's solid, but again, I really just want to say moving from teaching to project management. That's all I need to say. Now, led the rollout of an organization-wide systems process, issuing smooth adoption through clear communication, structure, implementation plans, resulting in 90% compliance across teams. But what were they? What was the budget? What was your time frame? Acted as a point for over 200 stakeholders annually. Who were the stakeholders? Communicating project status, workshop. I mean, that's fine. But again, who were the stakeholders? So here's going to be the problem. And it's not said that your bullet points are necessarily bad. It's you're going to need to be way more descriptive. Because the second you say contacted over 200 stakeholders annually and you show middle school teacher, they're going to think you're lying. And you may not be, but you're going to have to, you're starting off switching industries. You're on the defensive here. I need, like, project failure. What is the project? Because you know what they're going to think. They're saying, oh, the 200 stakeholders were the kids for their classroom abilities. Now, I have actually done substitute teaching. Definitely not as difficult as real teaching. And I do know that administration in there is very intense. But you're going to have to describe that. Establish quality management process for organizing weekly collaborative deliverable reviews. What reviews? You are a school teacher. I'm not trying to be insulting here because teachers have a tough job. I understand that, but you are going to have to describe to me how you went from a assistant designer to a middle school teacher with managing 200 clients. What were your projects? I need to know. The most important thing about a bullet point is the what and the how, but you really need the why. I need to know what and why these projects were. What team-wide cohesion? Now, realistically, having loosely been a part of the school as a substitute, again, very loosely, not the same, but I do know that there's a lot of projects and things that go on constantly, and teachers are asked to do a lot of stuff. Now, that could be faculty-wide, but the people may not know that. So, I mean, truthfully, you've got mostly the bullet points are almost okay, but I need to know how you did that. I need to know details about what this project is, or everybody is going to think you're lying out your face. And you may not be, but what in particular, what project scope, what metric involved 95% stakeholder satisfaction? Who were those stakeholders? Were they the children? Were they the parents? How detailed was this project? Because even if you weren't on the back foot with this, you still need to do how many people were involved. What was the budget for it? What was the point of it? Reduce project failure by 25. Again, what was it? I don't know. They're going to think you're lying. And you may not be. I don't know. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to try to help you figure this out, because I truthfully do not know what this was. And I've been recruiting for a while. And this is fine. I don't think this is related. You can leave this out. Project management professional. Okay, you're gonna need more. What is this? Like, look, if you're giving me a cert, what is the cert? Where did you earn it from? And also this should be at the top, because PMP is a very particular cert. So maybe you did get the PMP cert, right? I'm just double checking and looking it up. But you need to describe when you got it from, how you got it from, and who you got it from. You need way more details. Because I don't know enough about this. There's no way I could present this to a hiring manager without them calling me into a meeting. You need to convince me that these projects were worthy of a project manager. Now, I don't know if they were or not. And again, this is not really a formatting issue. It's just, you can't do that because they're going to just think you're lying. And I don't want to be mean. I want to make sure you can do it, because I know teaching is a very rough job and you've probably done a lot of stuff on it, but you have to convince them. So you really, really need to be detailed. Who were the stakeholders? What was the project? Because this is so vague that everybody will not take it seriously. And that's really all I can say on this, because, you know, the keywords and everything don't matter. Is you have to convince them what you did and how that was equivalent to a project manager. Now, maybe a manager, okay, not project manager, but that would make sense, because yes, managing middle schoolers to adults is a little bit different, but sometimes it's not. But a project manager is a very specific thing. So you need to detail how you did this, what you did this, why you did it, and the details in it. I need to make sure you're not lying. And project management professional, I need that certificate. I need it to be found. I need them to be able to look it up or know exactly where you got it. And again, I'm not trying to be rude or mean. I want to make sure you can get the job. And again, you also are going to need how you've switched and from here too. So very quick saying, like switching to project management from teaching because XY. So that's all I can really do for this. I really do want to help you, because it's so rough being a teacher. But I just want to make sure you stand the best chance. So let's go to the next resume. Okay. We're having an ad in a second, so. But yeah, they're just gonna think they're lying. Alright, we're gonna do this one again after the ad. And I'm gonna keep going. I'm doing more. I'm trying to go longer today because I got makeup work to do. So, a lot of makeup work to do. Let's see, that's good. Wait, did the ad already go? Did the ad already go? Can I talk? Will it be interrupted by my ad? I don't think so. Maybe it didn't. I didn't notice. No, now it is. Boo! Bear, come on. Pets. Yeah, there it is. Oh, itch. Who's your good boy? Anonymous. Kind of big. Did the second. There are 22 up to 40, 80, 60 resumes, and I go through about 15 or so a day. Okay, all right, we're back. Ad gaslit me. Also, again, Steel, you can keep asking questions. As many questions as you want. That is the purpose of this channel. Be not afraid. Ask me any questions. I received a search for my university data analyst visualization. Do you think that's worth adding to my resume? Probably. I mean, just put it under your, like, in the formatting, just put it here. So degree first and then cert. It might help, it might not. I don't know the exact everything for you, because really that's something that I have to double check. I don't have omnipresent view of the entire market. I have to do research, but it may be okay if you're missing that skill. But, you know, if it's one line, I don't think it's going to hurt you too much. The resume backlog is about 60. And I go through about 15 to 18 a day. So it's actually not terrible. I'm really only like 2 days behind. Also, if you are a longtime viewer of the channel, you can move your resume up in the queue. That is something that is a channel point reward. So, which I may have to make larger because I think people are getting it too easy. That's supposed to be like you've been here for like a week kind of thing. So, yeah, 60. Also, I just want to let oh, that was what I wanted to check. So, again, I do not accept money for this. I don't like that. But if you hover over my face, there is a little Prime icon. And if you have an Amazon account, you can give me a free subscription because it comes with it. So if you have a free sub, you can give me your free sub. Otherwise, don't spend money on me. So, but yes, there is a free sub that you can give me, which I would definitely appreciate. Because if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free Twitch sub. So, but yeah, it's 60 backlog. And again, like I usually go through about 15 a stream, give or take. Which isn't that much. So that's just four days worth of backlog. So it really depends on how popular some of my videos get, truthfully. So, but yeah, I should change that because that thing looks weird. Need to make it bigger with the overlay. I'm just not sure how to see it. But anyway, let's do software engineer intern. Okay, that's basically it. Okay. Oh, good stretch, baby boy. Yeah. I just want to figure out how I can improve my resume so I can get past the ATS and get interviews. That's not how the ATS works. All right. This is a resume of a software engineer intern. They have stated they want to know how to improve their resume so they can get past the ATS and get interviews. I will tell you how to get past the ATS. That's not a thing. If anybody tells you how to get past the ATS, they are lying to you or do not know what they're talking about. That is not how ATSs work. ATSs sort people on a first come, first serve basis. That is basically it. While there are some exceptions that use AI screening and all that stuff, there's not a lot of them. You really, unless you're applying to an AI company, it's very, very rare in the market to actually get an AI screening ATS. So you don't have to worry about AI screening. The faster you click apply, the faster you submit your resume, the better your chances. That is the real reason to get past the ATS. But ATSs do not work like that. So just, yeah, as long as the faster you apply, the better. So let's see what they're looking for. We are just looking for a basic knowledge of the tech stack. So the language, library, SQL, cloud, maybe AI, the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. They have 75 to 1. That's not great, but again, could be a lot worse. So the first thing I see is this is really tough to read. Oh my gosh, please use this formatting. I don't care about that. Okay, there's so much bolding. Oh my god, okay. I have to take a second. This is a lot to take in. So, the only thing that should be bold in your resume is just like this. Education and certificate, work history or projects, first, last name. That's it. There shouldn't be more than 3 to 4 things bolded in your entire resume. This should only be one line. Just keep it this. One line, not bolded. This can be deleted. This relevant coursework can be deleted. Now, we can get the actual work experience or alternatively internships. That's fine. That counts. Tech unicorn. Well, all right. Spearheaded the migration from highly insightful to Vue, Sanic, collaborating with 3 quadrants. I don't care. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just that's not what I'd be looking for in an intern. Hands off the customer zogging and revamping process. Okay. Again, no. Depression, smartphones, database with Flutter, Android, functions. This is so hard to read. Oh man. I'm sorry. This one's a nightmare to read for me. Computer from scratch. Okay, so here's what I want. I want to know the tech stack this is in. That's it. I want to know the tech stack. Was it Python? Was it Java? Was it C? Was it C++? Was it full stack? Or was it front end? Then put that there. I then want to know how you worked well with others. Then I want to know, SQL, maybe AI, maybe cloud if you have it here. And then I want you to repeat that for the rest of this because this is a nightmare to read. So once you fix it, this is just so short because there's so many things I can say. Like, you're an intern, right? You're an intern. If you're hiring for an intern, you don't care that they can fix everything at your company. That's not the goal of an intern. If you're trying to hire an intern to fix everything at your company, something is wrong with your hiring process. The point of an intern is to learn, maybe do some work, get criticism, get feedback. Now, you have previously been vetted by previous internships and research assistants. So that's good. That's probably why you're getting some. But all of this stuff needs to be in the bullet points or it doesn't count. Could I move this forward? I don't know. I mean, it's very competitive, so I don't know. The manager might want to see something like this. Is going to be manager specific, but realistically, this is a nightmare to read. You don't need to get past the ATS. You need to get past the recruiter. And this is so hard for somebody that is reading resumes. Remember, we have 15 seconds to see it. All I'm going to be looking at in 15 seconds is where's the JavaScript, where's the HTML, where's the CSS for front end, where's the TypeScript, where's the SQL, where's the Java, where's the Docker, that kind of thing, where's the cloud, where's the whatever library. And then I want to know that you can work well with others. Admittedly, because you have so many other previous internships, you kind of can coast a little bit on the work well with others, but I still like one. I mean, this one is kind of okay, but yeah. So overall, I really, I wish I had more to say on this, but I just don't. There's like nothing here. There's only this entire thing needs to be deleted, and this stuff just needs to be down here. So I can't say much more than that, unfortunately. I just wish I could, but this is not going to get past a recruiter. Now, it may get past one or two recruiters because you have this here, but you'd get past more of them if you deleted this and put it here. That's how you do it. So anyway, that's all I can say for this, and that is it for this video. If you all like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, or hop on my Twitch. I'm here Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. PST, and Tuesdays at 3 p.m. PST to help you out with some questions that cannot be just answered via YouTube. So any question you may have, what is an ATS, I don't know what else, I'm tired, but you get the point. Any questions, I'm here to help you out. So I will see you on the next video. Yeah, I nailed that. I nailed that intro. Hell yeah, that was a phenomenal intro, Lee. All right, is there any last minute questions that people may have? I am starting to run out of steam, and I think it is a good time for me to get lunch and yeah, shelf 60. There's a lot. I got a backlog, and start doing some actual work for today. So, although it's been very slow lately, it's still going to be slow for another month or so, I think. But yeah, does anybody have any last minute questions? I am going to check something on my stream real quick, and then we're going to raid. I do appreciate it if people raid with me. It's always beneficial. We get new people, we get new, all that other cool stuff. So give me 1 second, and also that lets people ask any last minute questions that you may have, and then we will raid another channel. So let's see, I need to do this, settings, streaming tools, extensions, my extensions, component. Okay, I think this fixed it because it was kind of awkward where it was before. There it is. I think that's better. So, deserved break lunchtime for sure, right? Yeah. All right. So, let's go rate a channel. Who are we rating today? Let's check it out. And yeah, I will be back on tomorrow, 3 p.m. PST. So, let's see. Who art thou we rating? I like that guy. Is cool, man. Chirpy. I think oh, this guy's cool. He's a horror software dev. So if you like horror, he's cool. So let's go raid with this. and we're starting the raid, and then I will see you all tomorrow. So let us start it, and then we shall raid. All right, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Bye.